following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time to finally stop the constant flood of filth and propaganda coming out of Hollywood. Fill the airwaves 24/7 with that garbage. We gonna do the same thing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are back, and we have a big, some might say, super show for you guys today because we're talking to. Were you making a face at me, Matt? Did you know that I was going to make that joke?
No, but I was making a face.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, a super show for you guys today because not only are we talking Supergirl, but we are talking Super Troopers, which was voted on by you guys in the Criticless Cast group. This one has been ruminated on for a while because it is actually technically a critic-hated comedy film, and everybody knows that I love my 2000s comedy movies, and so we're going to be talking about that. But early on, obviously, we gotta get the stuff out of the way. We got to talk about Supergirl because I have seen it. The reviews are pouring in, and currently within Criticless, things are not looking good. It's not looking good at all. The only most excellent review that we have, which is that 100% is a troll review. So there's that. It's not looking too hot. So, but I have seen it. I just got out of the movie. We got everything set up, and I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to really get into the future of DC and what is going on, because interestingly enough, today there was also some announcements of some other DC Studios related things, which is interesting right here on the heels of Supergirl launching and to very lackluster reviews, to say the least. So we're going to dig into all of that and then obviously do the usual things that we do in this show, like the culture for boomers, little bit of news, and I actually want to do a water cooler talk today for just a bit because I have been watching a TV show that I really want to talk about with you guys. So because I haven't talked about it anywhere really at this point. I just mentioned it on a film thread the other day. So we will get into that as well once we get rolling. But before we do that, I need to introduce the usual Spud Spec. Now, I didn't say Spud Specs because there is not two. There is only one. The brown boy has gone missing once more. Chris is not here, but we do have the always reliable Mr. Matt Verlack. He's here.
What's up, everybody?
He's here. He made it, and I see the chat. All the regulars are in here. What's going on, guys? There's so many of you guys to shout out that I can't even name all of y'all. I love to see it. Last week was a big week. We had Beardo on, and we threw down the bros. Beardo turned it into an episode of Bro Science. You know? Yeah. We went full Bro Science last week, but it was a fun time. We were talking about the movie that I wanted to see more than Supergirl, which was the new Jackass movie that also came out.
Yeah.
So are you going to be seeing that, Matt? I know y'all are big Jackass fans.
For sure.
So
yeah, because when my wife was pregnant, we watched Jackass like on repeat. All was like 5 of them,
right?
Because there's several half movies. So
yeah,
actually like 6 movies or 7. Yeah, we just kept watching them on repeat, and they're just such a fun thing to watch. And so when my wife was pregnant, we're just like, look at these movies, look at these idiots, it's amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I mean, they're dumb, they're a little homoerotic for their own good, you know, but they are over the top and ridiculous. This new movie seems like, I guess it's a bit of a greatest hits along with new stuff. That's what we were kind of talking about last week. I didn't realize, but yeah, it does. It totally tracks, and this is the last one supposedly. So
well, I feel like they keep saying that. I think the last one was the last one. But they brought in young blood, and people really liked it.
They got the guy named Poopy, and they got the other fat guy.
Yeah, Poopy's is great. He's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
I like Poopy.
So, and then I did see. It seems like they've been fraternizing with Marty and Michael. They are some Jackass adjacent kind of content creators that came out over the past however many years, and it seems like they've made friends with him. I'm wondering, like, should they just make a full new cast and reboot?
Well, that's what I think they should do. It's wearing on them.
Yeah.
But there are other people willing to carry the mantle, and I've seen there's at least 2 or 3 different like separate channels on Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff that are willing to continue the jackassery.
Right, exactly.
Let them do it.
I know.
Put them on the Jackass brand. Let Steve-O and what's his face?
Johnny.
Just kind of lead it. Let them host it. Maybe participate every once in a while. Let the young guys, and then there are the younger guys that are already participating. Just let them keep going. There's no reason to stop.
Why? Yeah, they should keep trucking with it. I'm interested to see how this movie does. I mean, it's kind of a quieter release. I don't even know. Like, is it on streaming?
Week. No, not
I thought
yet.
it was this week.
No, I think it's next week.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the 11th.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Because are definitely going to go see it opening weekend.
Cool. Because there was another weird thing that I saw saying that it was like, I saw one of the trailers and it said now streaming, which I was confused about. So like, I don't know if that was a mistake or what that was. But either way, it sounds like a lot of people are going to be pivoting if that movie is out or coming out soon. And see, Crisco says it's this weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
They must have changed it because I swear it was the July 11th.
Yeah, that's why we talked about it last week, was because it was going to be the double whammy this week. Either way, and yeah, as Jason said, if it makes money, it continues, which is quite likely. So yeah, we'll see if it does. I don't know. They haven't been advertising it a whole lot. So
yeah. I feel like they don't advertise movies a lot, or I just don't see the advertisements.
Yeah,
I know they're trying with Supergirl. They've sunk a lot of money into those advertisements.
Yeah, they are breaking records with the amount that they are.
The money they're wasting. The box office numbers this weekend are going to be very interesting because last weekend's box office numbers were wild because Toy Story 5 broke 100 million.
Yeah.
So it did really well considering the reviews and Criticless are not that great. I think it's settled at like a decent.
Right.
Most people are like, leave it or take it. But I think Supergirl is going to be very low. I saw even somebody post that like the Rotten Tomato critics, who should by all theory love it,
right? Because it's cold pandering to that crowd. I will say, I saw this. I was surprised at how full my IMAX showing actually was for Supergirl today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was quite full. We'll get into the reception of that audience, but it was a lot of septum piercings, blue hair, and neck beards surrounding me. And I was sitting next to a very giant black dude that kind of looked like Cole Hauser that I'm pretty sure fell asleep. So there was that. But yeah, I am definitely interested to talk about Supergirl. And we do need to pull this up before we keep on trucking. Right at the start of this show, the man, the legend, J Doge came in with freaking 10 gifted Criticless Cast memberships. Absolute legend. Thank you, brother. And you guys, y'all know the drill.
By the time I pay my scientists, all the people in my lab, my developers, the lab rats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, cause I'm selfless.
But yeah, thanks, buddy. We really do appreciate it. And to everyone that gets those memberships, welcome to the cult. We are very glad to have you. And I did see another one pop up here really quick, so I'll go ahead and shout it out. Thundarius, member for 7 freaking months. What a legend. Love to see it, dude. He said, Super Troopers was the 4th movie we ever covered on our channel back in 2022. Blaine totally wants to dress up as Supergirl and get his bread buttered. I don't think I want to do that.
That's his Halloween costume.
Yeah, I did see that Angry Joe dressed up as, I guess it was Superman, maybe Supergirl. I don't know. There's a lot of hubbub about his opinions on this movie and what happened with it. But I don't think I am going to be the one dressing up as Supergirl. Supergirl is barely dressed up as Supergirl in her own movie. So there's that. There is that, and we will get into that in just a little bit. And Thundarius, thanks for the 7 months, dude. And yes, I'm glad we're talking about another movie that you dig, and we do need to ruminate as this show goes on. And we will be looking out for supers. We do not have something planned for next week, so super speak as far as what we do next week. So you guys let us know if there is anything in particular that you would like for us to review. What is more easily accessible, the better. Last week we did Constantine. Beardo had never freaking seen Constantine.
Oh man,
yeah.
Such a good movie.
It is.
I'll give my quick score on that one since I wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't reviewed it for some reason.
Really?
But that's like a 90, 95 for me.
Yeah.
I don't really have any complaints about that movie. I'm not tied to the Constantine character besides that movie, and I freaking love it. Like, I can't watch the TV show because I'm like, it's not the movie.
Right.
So for me, that set the bar for what
Constantine
is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I love it. I like it a lot. I just dropped my review. I think I gave it more of like an 80 something, but still, I think it's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have a lot of complaints. I heard other people talking about it too. It's with Constantine. There's just, for me, there's like something missing. I think I talked with Bob Rogers in the app actually about it. And our theory is that what kind of feels like it's missing is the fact that you're almost dumped in at the end of Constantine's story. Like, he's literally borderline about to retire. And so you don't get any setup. There's no like build up to this version of Constantine, and he's already kind of on his way out. And we didn't get any sequels to it. We didn't get any. So it was just kind of like you're thrown in.
Yeah, just like a standalone.
Right. The standalone thing right near the end.
I like about it. Too many times we get movies where they have to do all this build up.
Right.
Whereas they can be like, okay, we're going to spend 2 hours and we're going to be like on it for the ride.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people love it. It's definitely a cult classic for a reason. I would love to see them go back to Constantine, whether it be Keanu or somebody totally different. We talked about it last week, but it sounds like that's not going to happen in the Gunniverse at one point.
Well, I don't know how long the Gunniverse is going to last.
After
this weekend.
It's not looking good.
And like Superman did pretty good, but Peacemaker season 2, I don't think was well received.
Oh no, it was
so.
Between
that's what 2 out of his 3 projects not well received so far.
4 projects technically. There was Creature Commandos. People didn't hate Creature Commandos.
That's already out.
Oh, it's been out. The whole it was an animated show. It was the first thing. But though, another weird thing that he did, which was that the first movie to his universe was an animated show dumped on Max.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
I liked it. It wasn't great, but it was fine. It was totally fine animated show. I had fun with it, but like it was still not. It was not the way to kick off the DC universe. And as I've seen many people say, it's like, if you aren't starting with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, he could have even started off with a Justice League movie and spun it out. And instead did a Justice Gang movie that semi-starred Superman.
Yes, semi started. Oh, well, yeah. We'll get into more of the DC universe in just a bit, because this in certain ways, the Supergirl movie makes the Superman film look a lot better in retrospect, but on the same hand also makes things worse about it. So we will get into that in a bit. And I see what is that fat something?
Fat Boba?
Yeah,
Fat Loba?
Fat Loba. It was talking about the DC animated universe, and I am interested to see where that universe goes, because it had been very good, but we will talk about some of that in news because there have been some animation announcements today. So we will dig into that as well. But I think that it is time for us to do what we do to kick off this show. Light and easy breezy. It's time for Culture for Boomers. All right, and we got the headphones on. We're ready to go. And somehow a spoiler banner has been up this entire time. I had no idea. I am sorry for that. It's covered up in StreamYard with us for like time counters and stuff. So you can't see when you have those little bumpers up.
We're just out here spoiling all you guys.
I know,
with our awesomeness. We just spoil you guys so much. We can't help it. That's all it meant.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And as Mo Zamboni says, this is his favorite segment, because he gets to learn what is going on in the world of the youngsters. Which I have. There's not been a lot of like culturally stuff, happening as much of like. There's some.
Sure.
Like, I mean, there's the whole football thing going on.
Yeah, the football.
Yeah, that. But ain't nobody trying to talk about soccer.
Not sports balls around here. Come on.
Listen, okay, I'll say this. And I was going to talk about it yesterday on Bro Science, but we didn't have time. We had a packed show. But I'm not watching. The World Cup, is that what they call it? Right? Yeah. It's the World Cup. Not watching it. I'm not a soccer guy, but I watched a little bit because we kept going to like bars, restaurants, and stuff where it was on.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, every time I watched it, every time I looked up, even just for a minute, it was just some grown man rolling on the ground crying. I swear to you.
That's why soccer gets such a bad rep. Because there's so many players that just flop around. It's like a tactic that they use.
It's like a bunch of freaking ninnies.
Yeah.
It's like no wonder they call you guys grass fairies for years. Like you just freaking you just crying, rolling around on the ground the whole game. I mean, I'm not joking. The same game, I saw like 20 people actually crying in the grass, rolling around, and then they'd be like, "Look at this replay," and they'd show it, and these two dudes just like bump into each other like this. And you're like, what is going on? Like, no wonder people make fun of this sport.
And then yet so much of the world is so diehard into it.
I know. Yeah. Sweet Potato says, I mean, like basketball. Yeah, that is what the NBA has also turned into. You know, it's not far off from that, which I don't watch a ton of the sports balls. You know, I'll watch.
That's all rigged.
Yeah, I mean, most of it pretty much is pretty rigged. So that is another stance with all of that. But yeah, it was just, I was like, what the hell's going on, man? How do people watch this? I am blown away by how many grown men are crying. So, you know, as you guys know, we talk about glizzies around here. You know, it's been a little while since we've had a good hot dog watch, and there's been a guy. He's decided to Wiener Max. You know,
okay.
Yeah, our Wiener Maxing guy.
Wiener
Maxing, and this is day 9 of Wiener Maxing, and I just want to know, like, are you guys considering consuming this? Would you make this? Would you eat this? I think that this might be the only way that I eat sushi.
This is definitely the most requested item. They're in the DMs asking for wiener sushi.
Face of pure joy.
I think hot dog sushi is about to be a thing. We thought that was
Okay.
it. We're making
Yeah,
2
that's
more
fair.
kinds of
That's
sushi.
fair.
Let's go. You want to know a secret? Sometimes I don't even wash my rice. Water time.
Ooh, heathen.
Jesus.
I said I needed some energy, but not that much.
Now,
it in.
that he just showed one of my biggest hangups with sushi. I'm not a big
The
sushi guy.
seaweed?
It's the seaweed, man.
Yeah.
Like, this tastes
Yeah.
like fish and ass. Like, not great.
It turned me off from it as a kid because I remember I was at like a all-you-can-eat restaurant. It was like a Chinese restaurant, but they also had sushi, and my family was just like,
Right.
"Here, eat this, you'll like it." And it was the kind that had the seaweed on the outside. And I remember I just like took a bite, and I was like, "This is the grossest thing I've ever had."
Right.
Now as an adult, I still don't eat that kind, but if it's on the inside, rolled in rice, I don't notice it as much.
Yeah. I just, it is definitely a hang up, but you know, who knows? You know, mix a seaweed with a little bit of wiener, you know, a little bit of ween, a glizzy, and maybe it'll be all better.
That ain't no kikomani.
When you go get omakase and the chef like brushes that sauce across the top, that's what this is. I'm gonna try this. Whoa. You know what that word is?
Those are some
good as fuck.
fancy,
Cut stuff.
fancy
So
wieners.
nice. Miles Garrett's not even that good.
Insert hand on shoulder meme here.
Dang.
You know the trick for when you got spicy stuff on your hands? Put oil on it. You know,
Just getting a tiny little bit of wasabi on there.
Sounds
Yeah, I
like-
love some good wasabi.
Noodles.
watched a lot of really talented chefs do this, so practically an expert. Honestly, bro,
Dude, that looks sick.
looks pretty good.
I mean, look at that.
I mean,
Bro,
I'd
young
eat
thug.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, we smoking big dicks, man. I'll take some tempura batter on the rocks. Throw back to the takoyaki corn dog. Cut roll, I need a cut roll.
See, they're making more than
now you're
just
doing it too.
regular sushi. Too.
Oh, yeah. They're going the
a little
distance.
ketchup
Look at
and
that.
mustard,
Look at
didn't
that.
you?
See?
You go hand roll.
That looks
Go
pretty
garashi.
good.
Sesame oil, QP mayonnaise.
Like-
I think this is gonna be good.
I'd eat
That's
shit
the
out of
raddest
that.
spot I've ever
That's
seen.
got my attention.
Yeah, so do you know that restaurant, what was it, Cowfish?
It's like
Yeah.
Where they kind of, I don't know if they do hot dogs, but they should.
They should.
They should. They do like burgers and
Yeah.
sushi.
Yeah,
and,
they do
and
burgers
mix
and
up
sushi.
stuff in between, but they should do this because then I could go try it and not have to worry about it.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely try it this way. See, exactly, Justin. I mean, come on, like,
Bro, for
that's
real.
what I'm freaking talking about.
real sushi. That's fire. Ooh, it's real spicy.
Chopsticks, still necessary.
The ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, no,
It looks
obviously.
cool. Oh, the wasabi and the yuzu kusho like melt into
Yuzu kusho.
the hot dog, and because
What a
we torched it,
word.
it's a little oily, like a really good tuna. This is really showing like how good sushi is. All of the trappings of good sushi just holds up to hot dogs get stuffed in it. This is definitely the
Actually, I think it
most-
just really goes to show that hot dogs are one of the ultimate foods.
Right. I mean, it is. It can be. You can have glizzy so many different ways.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my thing. That's what I want to do with this show is just call attention to all of the ways that you might consume a glizzy. And this wiener sushi, just saying,
is one of the many ways.
one of the many ways. And it sounds pretty freaking dope. And I would definitely eat this fancy sushi. I did want to pull this up really quick. $5 from JJ Happenstay says, daddy-daughter hang came up.
Aw.
So I got to jump ship tonight. Have a good one, boys. Have a Sprite plus tea on me. Let's go. Love it.
A Sprite and tea.
Yeah, Sprite and tea. Yeah.
Interesting. Like sweet tea?
Sprite and tea, maybe.
He's talking
I am technically drinking Sprite right now, but it's a spreading vodka. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got a little vodka in there. But yes, thanks, brother. Take it easy, man. Have a good one. Thanks for the $5. And so yeah, just wanted to kick things off with a bit of the ween, you know, because we're the glizzies around here. Now, with that being said, and there's 2 more food related things that we've got to share here. One of which being this is more of a PSA, and this is just a very, you know, this guy's got a very, very based take, and it sounds like something a boomer would say, but it's not coming from a boomer, which tells me that the younger folks are waking up. You know, they're throwing shade to the ones that are weaker than everyone else.
I always felt bad for people with peanut allergies. I be eating peanut butter just like it's like ice cream. You telling me that can kill you? You a bitch. I always felt bad for people with peanut.
That's true. That's true. I could never have a peanut allergy. I would just go ahead and die.
Dude, it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible. Well, that was like on, you know, there's certain things like that you can't live without. The other day on Main Event, something came up and somebody was talking about living without their wiener. And Jeremy was just like, I'd be fine. We were all like, what are you talking about?
But that was wiener.
Just take me out.
Yeah, like why? Why go on?
What are we doing?
What's life?
What is life? What are we doing? But also, a life without peanut butter. Like, what are you doing? Peanut butter is overrated, caveat.
Cave titties, you're overrated.
Fail. Epic fail.
Come on, Reese's.
Now,
chocolate and peanut butter.
See, and now that's where my hang up is. I'm not a big chocolate and peanut butter fan.
Oh, it's the best combo.
Now, peanut butter and jelly?
Ever. I mean, that's solid too.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly, let's go. But peanut butter and chocolate, for whatever reason, I'll eat it, you know, but I'm not like, I want a Reese's cup. That's not my preferred.
See, that's my go-to candy.
Okay. What about like peanut butter and apples, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, I'll eat peanut butter like he's eating it, just on the spoon.
Yeah.
That peanut butter and celery, peanut butter and apples. I'll put peanut butter in my oatmeal with some cinnamon and honey in the morning. Like, I eat a lot of peanut butter.
Right. Well, it's good for you. You know, it's that protein. Yeah, I got one for you. This is one I regularly do. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I dip Fritos in peanut butter.
Ooh, I could dig that. Salty.
Yeah, bro.
Crunchy.
It is a go-to.
Nice.
Especially you get the scoops.
Yeah,
the big
Fritos. They have to be big. Because I was thinking, my first mind was like, oh, original Fritos. And I'm like, man, those things are like tiny. They're like half like a pinky.
Those are hard to do. That's when you're in a pinch, you know, and you're just really like.
Buckeyes. Mo's got it right.
Yeah, Buckeyes. What is that?
It's a chocolate peanut butter treat.
Okay. All right.
Common in like the Ohio area, I believe.
Now, listen, the slander just gets worse. This guy's just somebody take the shovel away from him because he's just digging himself deeper. Peanut butter is better than sweet tea. Nothing's better than sweet tea. But chat, y'all let me know. Everybody try it. I'm just saying, Frito scoops and peanut butter, the salty, the whatever that taste of peanut butter is, the combo, it's great. Good shit. I should try. I haven't tried peanut butter and jelly and Fritos, but that would probably also be good.
That would also be
because you got that sweet in there.
And then a fried PB&J sandwich.
Right.
So good.
Yeah, definitely good. Definitely good. But also, if you're allergic to peanuts, you a bitch. So just know this guy was laying it out there. But speaking of food, a thing happened recently. This is actually this was on the news. This is a news report. A real thing that real people did. And they made a phenomenal joke that apparently went right over their heads.
I am proclaiming June 16, 2026 as Jerk Fest Day in Toronto.
Is Jerk Day?
Jerk Fest.
Jerk Fest. Like
Jerk Fest.
Jamaican like sauce.
That's what they meant. But mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
And so obviously, you take a look at the chat, and me and bro every June 16th, you know, it's just, and that's the thing, you know, obviously the Canadians would be the ones to freaking do this shit, to make this kind of a mistake and have no idea.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so true.
So it's just, I like how this was, do we all sit in a circle?
Over the years, I've had the pleasure of attending Jerk Fest myself, and every moment being there reminds me of so much more about the food. It's a celebration of our Caribbean culture, our music, the entrepreneurship, the family, and the community, and it brings people from every background together to experience the warmth and hospitality of who we are.
I am proclaiming June 16th.
I mean, nothing says hospitality like a good jerk day.
Hey,
you know,
man,
jerk
getting
fest.
a circle jerk going. It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
It's like all of these just I celebrate in private. Yeah, ever since I was 12 has been Jerk Fest Day. It just keeps going. Toronto's just a bunch of gooners. Pretty much. Wild. We got some people popping in that have seen Supergirl. We'll definitely be talking about it in just a few.
One in the theater.
So yeah, that's crazy that you were alone. I was definitely not alone. Our theater was quite full. But we're gonna keep on trucking with this culture for boomers. This one, Matt, I saved for you just because I thought it was funny. This one's for you.
Good one.
If you ever feel like an idiot or you're behind in life, just remember that there's real people who watch Love Island and keep up with it and stuff. If you feel like an idiot and you do watch Love Island, bingo. If you ever feel like an idiot,
Bingo bongo.
Bingo. Gotcha.
It's funny watching those people really screw up their lives on national television.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't do it, man.
Yeah, it's a big time suck because it's like every night. It's 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
So it's a big time suck, but it's very funny watching those people. Like this season's very gross.
Is it?
Yeah, they're making out a whole lot, and it's kind of weird. Because normally it's like, oh, you don't like kiss that much outside of challenges, and this season they're just like making out all the time.
Right.
It's very weird and it's gross.
All I've seen is chicks getting all up in arms because I guess they did some kind of bikini thing, and like two of the girls are like got it going on. Some chick with short hair, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was all I saw, and they were like, "My husband likes her," and
I mean, everybody liked her. She had big boobs and a big butt.
Yeah.
I think everybody liked her. I don't know why they're up in arms about that.
Right, exactly. Like, what are you confused about? Of course he did. You know, if he's a straight man, he probably enjoyed that.
I think the girls are also all for that too, because she was stacked.
Yeah. So I don't get it. I don't get the Love Island thing. Chat, let us know. But it is not my bag. I can't watch those kind of reality shows. I don't really watch reality shows in general.
Yeah,
None of
it's one of the few ones we watch, and I look at it as an entertaining kind of perspective because you got to think what they're really all jockeying for is $100,000.
Right.
So it's under the allure of love, but it's not real.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be slightly real, but really it's about how much can they fake it
right
to win $100,000. It's all like a mind game thing.
Yeah, I get it. It's just
but you also have to watch it.
Right. You have to watch it to go through that. But yeah, it's not for me. Now, I did make a huge mistake. I actually, after our Wiener Maxim video, I had another video that was I was planning on playing.
Oh yeah.
And I made a mistake and I didn't play it.
Oh,
but
we can fix that.
This is for all of you glizzy lovers out there.
Guess who ate a whole package of hot dogs and has to be showered down now because they can't stop pooping themselves? Guess who ate a whole package of hot dogs?
Like
amazing.
The level of truth to that is I feel that.
So this is a trend now. I don't know if you've seen other people do it too, but they'll do this exact thing. They'll hold up their animal and be like, look who did this, which I would name that dog Sonic, I think. It literally looks like a hedgehog. Yes, it's not blue. I get it. But it looks like a freaking hedgehog.
It does kind of look like a hedgehog. It does. It's a tiny white dogs, man. They're a vibe for sure. Blaine, mistake maxing. Yeah, that would be mistake maxing. Listen, you gotta draw a limit at some point with the glizzies, or it's gonna get to you.
Yeah, a whole pack down.
Yeah.
Honestly, I only like two hot dogs before I'm like,
two, right?
Yeah, at that point I stopped liking like the flavor of them. So I'm
wow. No,
and that's even with me doing like things
spicing them up.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be able to down a lot. Now it's like two. If I'm at like a cookout, might eat three. Now the big thing is, the clutch thing is you make too many, right?
Oh,
and then you got the plate. It sits out. You let your food set a little bit, and then you just eat like a cold glizzy that's been like on the grill. You know,
I don't even bun those.
Yeah, no
pick it up, walk around.
You don't need those extra carbs.
Oh, why would I carb up?
No,
I'm looking for protein.
Just grab that glizzy and go, baby. You know, it's fine if it's cold. Now, if you are a monster and you're eating cold glizzies, there's a special place in hell for people who eat uncooked hot dogs.
Well, I mean, technically,
they're cooked. I know. Well, I have a buddy. Had a buddy growing up. You know him, Kyle, not Kyle Gazak, Kyle Runyon. He used to buy packs. His mom would do this for him for snacks. She would buy packs of the cheese-filled hot dogs, and he would eat them cold right out of the fridge. It just, and he'd just be standing there eating one. He'd be like, "You want one of these?" And I'm just like,
at least throw it in the microwave for 20 seconds. Damn.
Yeah, it just, I gotta, you gotta, as J Doge said, you gotta get some char on those things. Do not eat a cold cheese-filled hot dog. Maybe don't even eat a cheese-filled hot dog at all. It's one thing, if it's like a cheddar brat or something,
Yeah.
But like the ones that they just pump like some American cheese in the center
I've
of.
never even seen those.
They used to
I don't
have.
think they make them anymore.
They might not make them.
They're probably like, these are for monsters.
Yeah, it was probably poison. I mean, it was probably straight poison. Yes, exactly, Keystone. Yeah, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I can't do it. But yeah, that's the thing. Some people do it. My friend did it. He's a monster, and he deserves all the hate that comes his way for eating that, because that's disgusting. So, little shift of pace here. This is one of those things that I just wanted everyone to know about. I heard about it the other day, and I was like, this sounds really cool. I think the chat should know, and everybody out there, so that we can try it out for those of you that are subbed to Netflix, because I had no idea this was happening, and it sounds really cool.
Horror game coming to Netflix. So there is a horror game coming to Netflix that you can play in its entirety in 30 minutes, and it absolutely rules.
What's going on?
This game is called Unhinged, and it's coming from Night School Studios, the team behind spooky but endearing games like Oxenfree and The After Party.
I'll say this game, both of those games are good. Oxenfree was very good.
Yeah.
They're more like indie-ish games, but they look nothing like this.
Sure.
They're more like side-scroller-esque type of vibe, indie, very niche kind of games. This is very different.
It's spooky, but certainly not what you would expect from a team like that.
Hi. Oh my god.
Unlike Netflix game experiences like Bandersnatch, which are really more like choose your own adventures, Unhinged is a fully 3 in-engine game streaming through Netflix with completely real-time.
Like, isn't that crazy? I mean, this looks like a console level
do
game.
You play this with your TV remote?
Well, so he explained it.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering. Because I was like,
Nice.
how do you play a game like this with a TV remote? Like,
Right.
that doesn't make sense.
Visuals and movement systems. It is so impressive. To play it, you use your phone like an actual phone where you can read text, dial numbers, receive calls, reject calls, and use your flashlight to navigate the story and the world. Since the game's only 30 minutes long, I really don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But if I can give an elevator pitch, it's like Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, but in reverse. And instead, you're being chased by someone and your friend is calling you on the phone who can see everything that's happening across the way in their own apartment building. Because your actual phone mimics the character in the game, there's this sort of novel experience that I haven't really had with a game, where I can only imagine this game ever being played with a cell phone and not a controller or a mouse and keyboard. This is the sort of game you're going to want to play with the lights off, the volume on, and the moment you're done playing it, have someone else who has not played it play it, and then you two can watch someone else play it, and so on and so forth, because there's branching narratives, there's different ways to die, and it's just all around a good, stressful romp of a time.
Sounds really neat.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
I know Netflix has been trying to push some of their mobile gaming.
Yeah.
For a while now.
Right. They have been. And this is a little different because it's not just like, it's not a mobile game. It sounds like it's kind of a TV experience with a mobile companion, I think. I'm going to try it out. It has piqued my interest in the fact that it's only, 30 minutes. It's like, whatever, you got 30 minutes. You like horror stuff.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see what Netflix's plan is here, like what their long game. Because I mean, as we were just talking about, like we mentioned, they've introduced mobile gaming, but now they're introducing this game you play on your TV with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think like their plan is that they might start stepping more into like their own video game world?
They could. I mean, they've experimented, but that's the weird thing with Netflix. You never know, because they experiment with things and then they don't do it again. Or it's like,
yeah, they do it once and they're like, well, that was a cool experiment. We'll never
right,
do
like with
anything
Bandersnatch. Like that was a one-time thing. And Jake said I'd rather play games on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll does also have video games. This is a little different, but I'll try it because I've got Netflix and I'm like, hey, why not give it a go? And then if it's cool, then I'll report back. So maybe I'll try it out for next week and I'll chat and give you guys an update on if it's worth checking out. But I have not heard anybody else talk about this. What up, Box Office Brawler? How's it going, buddy? And I am I'm gonna try it. So y'all let us know if you try this out. Do we remember what did it say the name of it was? No, it's literally called Unhinged, the name of this show. So look for Unhinged on Netflix. It's a 30-minute horror game thing that apparently is very Hitchcockian. So I'll try it and y'all report back as well and let us know. But so we're gonna keep on. Let's see here. What are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing fairly okay. Let's see. Should I show one more? Okay, I want to touch back in on this because it is kind of a semi-culture thing. It's been happening.
James Franco, 23.
Okay, so were you here when I brought up James Franco?
Yeah, and his fake posts.
Fake?
Dude, this is all fake.
Fake. It's clearly real, Matt.
Bro.
It's clearly real.
Fake news.
It's clearly real. So, okay, so if y'all don't know, I brought it up a while back. James Franco has got a TikTok. He's been going super viral for it. If you see, like, this one's 1 million views. This one's close to 1 million, almost 2 million, going on 3 million, 3.4 million, 2 million, 4 million. Like, he's doing numbers.
Yeah.
This dude was canceled, wiped off the face of the planet by Me Too, and he's back. He does have a movie coming out, but this is clearly not connected to that movie.
Yeah, this is probably tied to, like, the following movie.
Maybe he's working on something else. No one has been able to figure out what the hell this is. So I showed a video a little while back. He's all of these videos, if you see, he's just kind of like pacing around. He's been acting really weird and just ranting. So midway through this whole situation, he basically came out and he said, I have an alien in my garage. Before that, he was like, everything's weird. I got something to disclose. I've got something to release. Everyone needs to know about it. They're going to hunt me down. They're going to do all these things.
Sure.
This is going to turn into something. Whatever it is, I don't know. People are kind of aggravated with him because they were just like, because he took a long time to get to what he was getting to.
Yeah, because if this is all the videos.
Yeah.
It looks like he's been going for a while.
He's been going at it for a few weeks. But he recently announced this whole alien thing. This is actually the biggest connected thing that he has done in here, but it is intriguing.
James Franco 2319. You've gone too far. You've left us no choice but to hack your account. Because
probably James Franco.
Definitely James Franco.
Yeah.
If you think the powers that be would ever let you release any footage, you're wrong. But go ahead, keep going with your little games. If the world is right where we want them, they think you're crazy. We'll end crazier. And you're right. We are watching you.
It's funny that they show this because it's him in the subway.
Yeah.
I saw some other videos from other people that were on this subway with him, and they were like, oh my God, James Franco's on the subway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they shared that, and then this video came out. So he was really in the subway, which was kind of funny. What's that?
I just imagine his brother's filming this.
Right. Yeah, I am curious as to how much those two get along. So,
move you make. So, if I were you, I'd stop at this little game. I'd delete the account, pretend like it never happened, and go back where it came from. Don't push me, James Franco 2319. Bye.
So stupid. So obviously when this one came out, everybody's like, okay, clearly he's joking, whatever. Which, and also when he started saying that there was an alien living or whatever in his closet, everybody's like, okay, that's what the whole thing is about.
Yeah.
So now the real question is, like, what is this whole thing about? What is...
I mean, he could just be goofing.
Right, he could be.
I mean, this would be kind of funny if, like, he does another video where he's like, oh no, I'm being chased by the government. He's like running in the woods and stuff, and you get like some found footage-esque kind of like James Franco thing.
Right.
I mean, and then nothing else, and that's like the extent of it. He created this whole TikTok just for that purpose.
Yeah, he very well could. I have no idea, but I wanted to put it on all y'all's radar, let you know it's happening, because it is pretty much only happening on TikTok from what I gather. but it has been going fairly viral. He was aggravating a lot of people because it took him forever to get to the point. Now we all know that it's weirdly about aliens. Is it connected to a movie? I don't know. It is funny. I saw some like literal news reports coming out talking about all this stuff with these like just obnoxious freaking. There was one with this obnoxious female reporter who was just still trying to cancel him.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, shut the hell up. Like, just shut up. Like, this dude, she was like, the reason that we can't allow him to go viral again is because he hasn't apologized. And it's just like, y'all canceled him quite literally off the face of the planet. This dude's been gone for a long time. Also, like, well, whatever. I'm not going to get into all of his accusations and stuff, but it's kind of like, he's definitely not the first college professor to screw his students. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Oh yeah.
He's definitely not. So if we're going to cancel him, and it's not just men also. Let's be very fucking clear about that.
Oh yeah.
It is not just men that do that. So that's the thing. It's the hypocrisy of it. And Wallfish says it is definitely, this is for a movie. And that's the thing. If it is for a movie, it's not for the one that we know he's making. It's for something else.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to get a pitch completed for a different movie.
It could.
Or maybe the government, who now or whoever owns TikTok, is paying him.
Yeah,
this is only posted on TikTok,
right?
And it's getting how many millions of views?
Oh,
and it's supposedly like driving people back to TikTok because TikTok was so. It sucks nowadays.
It's changed. Well, it's actually swung back. It had gotten bad for a while when they got bought out, and it's gotten a lot better again. It was really bad there for a while, and they freaking screwed the algorithm into oblivion.
Yeah,
but it has gotten better. So, anyways, that is the end of culture for boomers. But I did want to call attention to the James Franco thing because, as with the Mr. Fantasy thing, I was the first person on the internet to be talking about it, and then it blew up, went super viral, and he is all that he is now. So
we're never gonna hear the end of that.
You know, you're never going to hear the end of any of all of these things that I tell you guys about that no one else knows about. I find them first. I'm just saying. And I'll go ahead and run the bumper one more time while I take off my headphones. Oh, God. My nose itches. Anyways, all right. So we got to talk about Supergirl. Matt and I have not talked about it at all.
We have not. I assumed you saw it today, but I hadn't heard anything from you.
Yeah, I hadn't said two words to him about it. I just was like, I was able to snag I debated on going last night.
Okay.
And I was just like, first off, not really excited for this movie, not hearing good things. I don't feel like going at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, why waste your evening?
Yeah, waste the evening. I was like, I'll go at this 3 o'clock showing. I was already bummed out, though, that I had to see it in freaking IMAX because not that I dislike IMAX, but our IMAX has crappy seats. Our Dolby has great seats. So we typically don't go to our IMAX because the seats suck.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's really the reason we don't go. So if y'all ever wonder why we always, which now granted, I actually still, I like the size of an IMAX screen. It is cool. And ours is one of the bigger, better ones. It's not, we have to go all the way to Charlotte if we want to go to a true IMAX and go into like Discovery Place.
Yeah.
I have debated on seeing the Odyssey, but I have a feeling it's probably already sold out, being that the Odyssey is
100%
like in true IMAX, but it would be cool to see that way. I might at some point if I like the Odyssey, but also I'm not super excited about the Odyssey currently either. So there's that.
Yeah, that is a movie I don't plan to see.
I'm gonna see it, but I'm not excited. It is my anticipation has been waned.
Yeah.
So between the casting and which that's the thing too. Like, and I'll say this before we fully get into Supergirl. I was more excited for Supergirl when they first announced it, and I didn't hate her appearance in the Superman movie. I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of funny. This is a little different take on her. She's talking to Superman, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they just leaned so hard in that direction, and then the marketing for this movie, everything else, like it killed all excitement before the movie even got here. So that we will get into some of that as well. But I did want to pull up a few supers here really quick. Jason Ellison for 2 says, "What are June updates you've done on Criticless?" So we're still deep in like quality of life updates within the app. That's mostly what we've been doing lately. There is, unfortunately, we have reached this spot where so much legal shit and everything has been pushed through this administration and just kind of around the world in general currently with social media and everything else. There's a whole lot of quality of life things, minor tweaks being made, and then a lot of just us. There's been a lot of like housekeeping and us just trying to get moderation situated and all of that shit because we've been like legally required to do all of that. So we will see. We're looking at some other things, potentially some smaller like quality of life things, but right now that's mostly what we're digging into within the app. Unfortunately, we went through a whole phase there where it was like every month we were getting like features, you know.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, the government's gotten in the way. It is like keeping us from getting put in jail. So
yeah,
as it goes with the whole government getting involved with everything kind of stuff. So that's where we are currently. 2 Penny Puppet for 5 says, so apparently Elon posted the movie Citizen Vigilante on X for free viewing till 10 a.m. tomorrow, June 27th. That's pretty cool.
They might have verified that.
I have not. I hadn't heard about it. So y'all let us know if you've seen it on there. Thanks for the heads up, 2 Penny. Actually, I was reached out to. Apparently I can I don't want to speak before it happens, but might be able to do a podcast connected to that movie and the director of that movie.
Yeah.
So, if I can have time to check it out, I do have some connections, and who knows, we might be able to bring, I think you pronounce his name, Uwe. It's Uwe, but I think it's pronounced like Yule Bowl is how you say his name. But anyways, we might be able to have him on potentially.
Oh, man.
So I've been told.
Yeah.
So that could maybe happen. So I will let you guys know. I am trying to see this movie. People have been telling me to watch it. I am very curious. I saw Wizard did not like it, but Wizard doesn't like a lot. So also not super surprised about that. But I have heard interesting things about it nonetheless. So I do want to watch it. So thanks for the 5 2 Penny. And we do have some member messages here. Life on Marshmallows gave 5 gifted Criticless Cast memberships. Thanks, brother. We really do appreciate it. And as always, to everyone that gets those memberships, welcome to the cult. And I will go ahead and run this one for you. And so, yeah, thanks for the 5 gifted Criticless Cast memberships. And I see some others here that we will hit up in just a minute.
Well, hit that next one.
Should I? Okay, let's see then. Okay, put the membership gifts towards Con Air. It's available on Hulu and has a 59% critics. Okay. I didn't see that was tied.
Okay, we have a contender. Yeah, I saw it come in.
Yeah, we can. Okay, if we run a poll, unless some other people are pushing for Con Air, I would love to watch Con Air. I have not seen Con Air since like high school, probably.
Bro, same.
Like long time.
I remember watching, it might be one of my like first like Nick Cage movies.
I think it might be my first Nick Cage movie as well.
And I was like in middle school. So it's been a long time since I've seen Con Air.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of have we done Nick Cage movies?
We've done.
Maybe we could run the poll this week to do critic hated Nick Cage movies. Like maybe we do like, if it's easy to access, maybe we do like Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah,
Con Air, and there's others. Maybe Face Off. I feel like the critics probably hate Face Off, so maybe that. So maybe that would be a fun one to run in the poll. But I think that is a good way to send things. Con Air will definitely be on the list either way. Life on Marshmallows. Thanks, brother, for the memberships and for the member message. And we did, yes, National Treasure. We did just do National Treasure. I knew that's why I was like, I know we've just done a
we did one.
We just did a Nick Cage thing. So yeah, we did that, but before we get into talking about all those other movies and such, and I'll pull this up really quick. Quagmire for 2 says, have a great show. Thanks, brother. We will. Good seeing you in the chat. And sorry that you missed your little brown boy. He wasn't here. We do appreciate the twofer. Thanks, buddy. And so let's go ahead and dig into the Supergirl thing. So I have seen Supergirl. I have watched the movie. I have looked at your reviews on Criticless and seen what the general consensus is. The reviews have been coming in. We are currently at 31 reviews. I'll actually pull it up so you guys can see it.
Let's share with the
class. Let's pull up Criticless right now. And if you are not a user of Criticless, you need to do that. What are you doing? Get on Criticless, criticless.com, or download us in the Android and Apple app stores and go review whatever it is that you have been watching lately. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of it.
Yeah. Movies, shows, documentaries.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
All the things. So, whoa, pushing wrong buttons here. So I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see this, but we are currently sitting at 30. by 31 reviews for Supergirl. This is bad.
Yeah.
Really
and we can't even claim that they're all just like
they're not like
negative reviews, because I was reading them today. Over half the reviews are people talking about what they don't like. So it's not just people just being like, oh, 0% I don't like it, which does happen and has happened. There's plenty of actual discourse and discussions.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of these are reviews with text. This is not like low effort ship missiles. Or it's like got spoilers like this one does. Dr. Gonzo, friend of the show, good dude right here, gave it a 29%. He's a big longtime comic fan. I've been on his channel before. But oh god, yeah, a 5% here. These are some profoundly awful, badly cast apart from Lobo. The low scores just keep coming through. Freaking Tabitha's already seen it, gave it a 20%. The Dude Law Crit Club member, see that lightning bolt, Crit Club member. If you're not a Crit Club member, make sure to do that. That is how you help support us for sure. Gave it a 25%. Javier gave it a high score though. I'll give him a thumbs up because that's a bold move. Bold move, Cotton. D-Day Cobra though, 15%.
Oof.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
I went into this movie with the lowest possible expectations and still left disappointed. Holy fuck, it's bad. Yeesh. That is brutal. So yeah, the hits keep coming. A lot of boguses, a lot of heinouses. Now Foxy here gave it 100%, but if you read it, this is a troll. He got 14 downvotes because it's a troll review.
Oh,
this will likely change, or it will be the only review he ever does, just because he did a review to mess with Jeremy. Literally, the last line in it is another class act from Marvel. So this is definitely a joke. But either way, Carla gave it a 30%. I mean, the low scores just have been coming through, and that's the thing. So if you look here. That means that there is only one single actual most excellent by Javier. The only other one is a joke. If we were to remove this one from the 30, that would pull this down a good bit, being that we're only at 30.
Well, I'm curious to see if that person that did it jokingly is just going to leave it.
Right. Or if
they'll adjust it or delete it.
Right. I am curious as well. Hopefully he does. I gave him some crap. I see Wasp in here. What up, Wasp? Good to see you. This is not boding well for this movie, and I guess I'll go ahead and follow suit and give my kind of upfront thoughts, my upfront review. I was really trying to kind of process that. I ended up, luckily, Beardo called me right when I walked out of the movie, and so I was like, good, I can talk to him about this.
I will dump on you.
Yeah, I'll take a dump on Beardo and process this movie a little bit. And guys, everything you've heard about this movie is pretty much the case. This movie is not the worst film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I just saw Disclosure Day recently. But no, this is... I feel like I need to lower my score, honestly, for Disclosure Day, because the more I think about that movie, the more I hate it. I hate that movie.
Yeah.
It sucks ass. This one is... not good. It's not the worst film I've ever seen.
Okay.
But it is not a good movie.
So I'm hearing bogus.
It is at the very least a bogus, and I might be in that same camp that Tabitha was with giving it like a 20%. Keeping it out of hands. Because there is some good in here, but it is few and far between.
There's moments where you enjoyed yourself a little.
There's some good cinematography at points in this movie. There are some good practical effects on some of the aliens at points in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is a bore. It is not a fun movie. It is not exciting. It is wildly miscast for Supergirl. Millie Alcock sucks in this role.
Is it her or is it the writing? Because I've seen some reviews where they were like, the writing is the problem.
All of the above. When I see her, I'm like, this is not Supergirl.
Okay.
Like, this is not, she does not look like Supergirl. She doesn't have the feel or the look. I wanted to look up her name here really quick. There is someone that if I were to fan cast, I'm knocking over my He-Man sword over here. So if I were to fan cast this role, there's actually someone that I would personally pick. I can show her in just a second, but I wanted to remember her name. She's kind of growing recently, kind of in popularity. Her Her name is Madeline Klein. If you guys have seen the show The Outer Banks, I like this chick.
Yeah.
She's one of those that was probably a natural blonde growing up, but dyes her hair now. But still, she's a blonde. Got the kind of complexion and stuff for it, the look for it. She's actually North Carolina girl, so we're all about Carolina.
I'd represent.
Yeah, representing Carolina here. But I'm gonna pull up her picture and show you guys my my fan casting for this. Oh shit! I just can't get anything to work here.
Just share the whole page.
Yeah, I could just share the whole Google page. Why not? Let's see here. So Madeline Klein, I really like her. Think she's a good actress. I think she would have been a good choice for this role. This is her right here.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got the look for me. She's got the vibe. She's right around the same like age bracket, but she's got a better personality. She's one of the biggest things with Millie Alcock is she's kind of ruined this movie just by being horrible at press. Like she has made people actively not want to see this movie.
What's she doing on press? I have not heard anything.
Oh, it's been bad. Press. I mean, for one, she got asked recently, I saved a clip somewhere, but she Millie Alcock came out and like said that she hadn't even watched the original Supergirl movie. She like didn't know shit about superheroes. We know this is the number one no.
Well, you don't do when you're starring in a comic book franchise. So you've never seen any superhero.
Hugest mistake. Like just
BS it. You don't have to admit. You can just be like, oh yeah, I love Supergirl. I read all the comics.
Right.
Nobody's fact checking you. Prove it to me. Show your receipts.
Right. Exactly. Like just terrible move. That is rule number one. You don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So she did do that. I think Madeline Klein would have handled this role much better, but it was just every time Millie was on screen as this character, on top of how terrible this character is written.
Yeah.
She's not giving Supergirl. Like she just doesn't have it. She doesn't have the charisma.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the screen presence. But it does not help that this character is written. She's a drunk. She is a drunk that is kind of obnoxious and unappealing. And they talk about
that's my thought on Superman.
Right. And they talk about it in the movie and you're like, maybe they'll stop that. Maybe like
there should be a turning point where
through
she gets
the movie
beat up or something. And she decides, oh, I'm not going to be a drunk anymore.
Yeah, no, it was literally the last couple minutes of the movie that you get her not being like that. But the sad part is that she still just didn't have it. And it doesn't help that they go for like this, because the whole thing of this movie is like, it's okay to be a messy girl. You can be messy and sloppy, but as long as you're a good person, then it's all good. And listen, if this wasn't a message that we've been getting from Hollywood for years, bludgeoned to death, of like, just that kind of depiction of women within Hollywood, of just it's okay, be messy, be sloppy, it's okay if you're just listen, this is a fucking superhero. This is a superhero. This is Supergirl.
Right.
This is a hero that, okay, you're putting out a Supergirl, not even Superwoman, you're putting out a Supergirl movie, okay? I should be wanting to take my daughter to watch this, okay?
Yeah.
My young daughter to watch this movie. The movie is about a drunk, obnoxious, washed up 20-something surrounded around a plot that involves human sex trafficking. So like, you're not taking young girls to see this movie. You don't have an admirable, like, relatable character here for young girls. You're pandering to this same audience of these like 20-somethings that do not give a shit about superhero movies. And then there's so much else going on here where with like terrible villain. Absolutely terrible villain.
Just Lobo's the villain?
No, Lobo is not the villain.
Oh,
Lobo is the anti-hero shoehorned character in here to make men want to go see the movie.
Ah, gotcha.
Also, I have seen people saying that Lobo is the best part of this movie. No, Lobo is not the best part of this movie, because Lobo is just Jason Momoa.
Ah, of course it's
fucking.
I thought that when they fucking casted him, I was like, that's a terrible casting because all I can see is him. I'm kind of tired of him as an actor because it was the same in the Fast and Furious movies. I was like, this is fucking Jason Momoa. He was like the part of the worst of that last
Jason
movie.
Momoa does Jason Momoa, just like how we've gotten to where, you know, it's like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds in movies. Jason Momoa plays Jason Momoa in movies.
Yeah.
And that is more of what this is. He claimed that this was like the role he was born for and whatever. This was not a great interpretation of Lobo. I did not like it. I did not like the way that they made him look. I did not like the way that he performed it. I thought that his bike had tires. His bike normally doesn't have tires. Weird. Why? Like I don't get that. Yeah,
they want to CG it.
Also, same as The Rock. Yeah, maybe, but like it flies. It still fucking flies, but it has tires.
Gotta land on something. They don't want it hovering all over the place like in Star Wars because that's already been done.
God forbid. God forbid
you have a floating vehicle.
Yeah. So you know there is all of that. There's just. The script fucking sucks, okay? I don't know if you guys know, but James Gunn got a woman who was a failed actor to write this movie. Anna Noguera, I think is her name. She's literally never written anything else. So you have a woman who's never written a script for a feature film writing this movie. Then you have an actress that has never led a feature film. Now, listen.
Yeah.
You know, Millie Alcock has done some stuff. She was one of my favorite parts of House of the Dragon when she was in it. I thought she did a good job. She was well suited for that role. I liked her in it. This was not the role for her.
Yeah.
Like this was not the story, the Supergirl story to tell, not in this way, at least. Like if you wanted to tell it, we didn't need more than the first 30 minutes of this movie being the washed up drunk Supergirl.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. Like if the first act was her getting her shit together, realizing she has to go do something of importance to save the world or whatever, or help people, that could have been a great story.
Right, exactly. Holy smokes, we've got a freaking legend in here. We got Mr. Dan Bask. I think that's a first. What's up, brother? Glad to see you in here. And I said this might be a worse movie than Jaws. It might be. Listen, let's not push it. Let's not push things, take things too far here. But no, yes, this is Fathom's worst, which, as everyone knows, I don't actually hate Jaws. I mean, obviously, I have a shark behind me, so I clearly I've got old Bruce hanging out here, so I clearly love sharks.
Clearly.
I did want to bring this up because holy smokes, for $50, $49.99, Wasp says 50% on Jaws, Blaine. What say you on Supergirl? Where will you hide? I'm glad you dropped those shark emojis there. For you. Love to see it. And to the chat, to everyone that's in the Critic Club, we have those Jaws emojis in there for you guys. You're welcome. So go ahead and drop those sharks. Let's see them. Let's see the Bruces. But yeah, no, this is Fathom's worst. This is a bad movie. It's not good. Don't watch it. I will see. Okay, what I am going to tell you will happen because, as people know, like I tend to try and be one of the more balanced, like less hypercritical, try to view things through like the Muggle lens, through the everyday viewer, the people who aren't caught up in the media circus, all of the stuff, you know, I try to approach things from that way. And I will tell you what will happen is there will be people that see this movie and see the level of like vitriol, of hatred for it, just your regular viewer who will see this and be like, it's not that bad.
Oh,
be like,
there's always going to be those people. There's plenty of people that are going to be like, I liked it. I like this portrayal of a character.
Right.
For better or for worse. I mean, there are going to be those people. Like people probably in the theater with you today. They're like, I love that movie. This is my favorite portrayal of Supergirl.
There were a handful of people who seemed to marginally be enjoying it. I'll say this. Throughout the movie, there is one spoiler here. It is not a real spoiler because it's literally just about a voice actor. It does not really matter. It's inconsequential. Believe it or not, Seth Rogen's in this movie. That will honestly turn more people away than bring them to it. But funny enough, Seth Rogen's character is actually really good in this. It's not overly obviously Seth Rogen. He doesn't do the Seth Rogen laugh or anything. But I'm like 99% sure it's him. But his character was one of the funniest things and one of the best things in this entire movie.
Really?
Yes. In all seriousness, the Seth Rogen character.
I mean, Seth Rogen used to be funny.
He's a random alien. And he actually is funny. The delivery, the way that they play the character and the voice paired with the character and everything. It worked. It was good. So yeah, and see him Imperator's boo. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people hate Seth Rogen. I'll say this: he really, really redeemed himself for me with his new show, The Studio. If you have Apple TV Plus or whatever it is, Apple TV, watch The Studio. It is one of the best shows on TV. Like, no joke, it is phenomenal. The Studio is very, very good, especially if you're into the industry. But
I'm curious,
yes,
to see how many movies they're gonna let James Gunn do, dude, before
they stop him,
pull him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because obviously they handed DC to him and said, do your thing. And then Superman was not well received. It was received by some, but not others.
Yeah.
And as we talked about, the other things have been 2 shows.
Yeah.
Now we have a second movie.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's going to be a splat.
Oh,
it's going to be a
bomb.
big old bomb in the
big
office. Like, I think after this week, it'll probably drop off.
I think this weekend they're calling for the lowest 38 million. Honestly, I could even see 35. Like, word of mouth is going to be shit on this movie.
I think Toy Story is still going to stomp all over this.
It is. First of all, it's your second DC movie, and it's Supergirl. Like, not to diminish Supergirl, but like, we have a Superman.
But I could see it working. Like, theoretically, I'm like, okay, you get a Superman movie, you get a Supergirl movie. Sure, why not? It's kind of fresh. We haven't had a Supergirl movie since like the 80s. There was the CW Girl show, the CW Supergirl show. That was CW, so
right.
You take it as it is.
Yeah.
And so it's fine for it to be up on the big screen again.
Right.
It's just, it seems like it wasn't done well. Like you're saying, like all the reviews are saying, like it's just not a good movie.
Oh, it is a mess. This movie is, I'll say its biggest offense is just being uninteresting.
Yeah.
Like it's boring. This is a fucking boring movie.
Yeah.
It is very boring. I didn't want to pull up. I didn't see this come through a minute ago. Sorry I missed it, Bob, and he might not be in here anymore. But Bob Loves Movies, the freaking legend, for $50. Thanks, brother. Just dropped this and he said, well, I'm out before we get into the movie. So he is going to see Supergirl as well. He's always seeing these things right after I end up seeing them. And when we're doing the show. So, and he says, it's bad enough I have to talk about it on my own review and on a panel next week. Seriously, it's not the worst I've seen this year. Disclosure Day and The Bride, but it's bad. Anyway, enjoy your night. So thanks, Bob. Love to see it. So it sounded like he has seen it. So he might still be in here. Maybe he saw it last night at that fan screening.
I thought he said he was about to go see it.
No, yeah, he said before we get into this movie. I think he has actually seen this. So thanks for the 50, Bob. Really appreciate it. And it sounds like he did not like it. It's not the. There will probably be worse movies this year. There have probably already been worse movies this year. Like it is not unwatchable.
Yeah.
But it is very much not good.
Yeah.
I hate this interpretation of this character. And the weird thing too, one of the things I was telling Beardo when we were talking on the phone earlier is that if you read this comic, because it's based off of the Woman of Tomorrow comic, which is specifically like the Supergirl run that this is based off of. And it involves the villain that they chose and a similar storyline, especially involving. So the other thing that we haven't talked about, there's a young woman named Eve Ridley, who's a British girl who plays, I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but the other character of this movie who kind of sidelines Supergirl in her own fucking movie. It is about this girl. What the movie is about, there are two main plot hooks here. First off, we've based another movie around freaking Crypto. Big surprise.
Super dog.
James Gunn's dog. Literally James Gunn's dog.
Yeah.
That is who Crypto is modeled after.
Does it act better in this movie than the first movie?
Marginally, not really.
Okay.
The movie starts out with him taking a piss on Superman's face. So there's that.
There it is.
A newspaper. Y'all have seen that in the trailers.
Okay.
But it's just kind of like, bro, like, this is just, no.
Yeah.
So that's how it starts out. Also, didn't have it on my bingo card for this year. You get to see Supergirl piss. You get to see that.
Nope, not on my card either.
Bet none of y'all were expecting that. You get to watch her take a leak.
Does she just lift a leg? Like,
no, she's just sitting on toilet, just taking a piss.
It's so interesting. I feel like Hollywood's doing this more and more, where they're just like, we're going to show people peeing.
Mm-hmm. It's not the only person you see. You see Crypto piss.
Yeah.
See Supergirl piss. You see one of the villains take a piss. Everyone's pissing in this movie. This is just a pissy film, you know? It's I don't even know.
Everyone's getting pissy about this film, so it makes sense.
Right. And the girl's name is Ruth, as Crisco said. So yeah, Ruth, not spelled Ruth. the plot here, one of the plots is Supergirl's dog is Crypto. They established that in the last movie. Is that Crypto gets poisoned by the villain, and the movie is about saving Crypto before he dies.
Oh.
So technically Crypto's not in this movie a ton, but it is also about Crypto because he's dying. So there's that. The other big plot point here is that the same guy that injured, his name's Krim, I think, the same guy that injured Crypto murdered the family of I guess that's kind of a semi no YouTube word, but offed the family of the young girl that the character Ruth, and so she wants vengeance. And this young girl who has a sword, who gets dangerously close to girl bossing quite a bit in this movie because they want to give her some agency, but in doing so, it just becomes unbelievable.
Yeah. Because she's just normal.
She's just a normal girl.
Yeah.
Who can apparently like just beat up giant full-grown men and climb through air vents at extremely quiet paces, and it's a whole thing. But so anyways, those are the two reasons that this movie is happening. So already we've got two plot points not connected to semi not connected to Supergirl. You know, it's her doing things for these other two people.
Yeah.
But Supergirl kind of gets sidelined for Ruth in most of this movie. But also, so I mentioned at the start of the show, one of the things with this movie is that Supergirl gets kind of this makes Superman the movie look better and worse all at the same time. Whereas part of why it makes it look worse, Superman the recent movie, part of why it makes it look worse is because Supergirl actually gets basically an origin story movie.
Okay.
Superman didn't get an origin story movie because he had to share it with 100 other freaking characters, and we needed to establish the Justice Gang and make the coolest person Mr. Fantastic instead of Superman.
Mr. Terrific.
Or Mr. Terrific. Sorry, yes, not Mr. Fantastic.
Which I would much rather them have been like, this is a Mr. Terrific movie.
Right. So there's that. So, but also kind of why it makes it look better is just simply like how bad this movie is and just how much it doesn't really work. Like what they're going for doesn't work. The script is bad. There is some decent scenery in this movie. So the action is not great. Like I said, some of the cinematography is okay. The more James Gunn needle drops, if you're tired of that, like this is. Now, I will say there's an obscure Modest Mouse song in this movie that I got excited for because I was like, holy shit, this cool like random ass Modest Mouse song is in this movie. Like that's pretty cool. Props for that. But then there's also a needle drop at the end of the movie that is really cringy, and it's like a girl covered version of a dude song that like it just felt way too on the nose. Like it was just no. Also though, so like we and yeah, Jada, you're not wrong. Most Modest Mouse songs are obscure. And yes, everybody is really hitting James Gunn fatigue. And so that's the thing. If like you were wondering if this just feels like another James Gunn movie. So one, I've seen people comparing it to Mad Max and Furiosa.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like not really. Only in like the tiniest way, being that it's about there are like brides and like the whole bride thing in Mad Max Fury Road and Furiosa of like them taking the women and whatever.
Yeah.
And then like at the end of the movie, there's a deserty scenario with some vehicles driving around. It's just because of like the end of the movie in those scenes. But so the other thing that is like a real missed opportunity here is that we have a comic that this is based off of. They really deviated from that comic. But so the bad guys in this movie are basically, they all look like they've been taken out of some weird like gay BDSM porn movie. Like I'm not fucking joking.
Oh, they're really pandering this to a specific crowd then.
They really are. Like that's what the villains look like.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Krim, the main villain, randomly gave him like a freaking trachea throat thing, so he talks weird and like he's kind of hard to understand, and then he has an accent on top of that. All of this absolutely unnecessary. But so to get into the real like comic was that these bad guys, these villains, were basically like kind of like almost redheaded like Vikings. They are like barbarians. A combination of like barbarians and Vikings was what was in the original story. They're like Krim had like long red hair, huge red beard, like was shirtless, buff, like carried an axe.
Can't have gingers in movies.
Right. Yeah. So obviously already ginger a ratification in this movie, per usual for Hollywood. Then we're getting rid of, you could have literally made this feel more like a Conan almost, like injecting Supergirl into like an otherworldly Conan story. They didn't do that. They instead, like I said, gave these weird like BDSM looking fucking, they have like studs in their faces and wear like leather wraps and
I just don't understand, and they do this often, why they were like, here's an established storyline with characters already established that people, at least in the comic book world, are familiar with.
Right.
And at least there's a reason it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and they say, let's change all that.
Right.
To make it something new.
Right.
Knowing it's going to piss off everybody that's read the comic books.
Right. Right.
I don't understand why they do that.
Why? I don't understand either. And that's the thing is like Gunn should know better. Like he is a comic fan.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like he does some things right. But and then also really like one of the really big things here, like I mentioned, was just the casting of Millie Alcock is like she just has zero charisma. And every time I know people have made fun of her looks. Listen, like I actually before this movie and before seeing her do the press tour and all this stuff, I'm like, she's kind of cute. She's a little weird looking, but like got a different look to her.
She has the look.
She has an interesting look to her, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there's one of those things where like when you're casting somebody for a role like this, you're like, okay, we need to see what they look like in action shots. We need to see what they look like superheroing, right?
Yeah.
Whenever she's superheroing, it does not work. Like it doesn't, she doesn't have the look. It's like, she costumes up and that's when you're supposed to be like, holy shit, like I just got cold chills seeing this hero that I've seen in the comics and on these things doing these superhero things. And you're just kind of like, that's not Supergirl. That's not Supergirl. No, I don't like that. And that's what it feels like. And then on top of that, it's just like she has, like I said, the charisma's not there. The screen presence isn't there. And then you've already like taken away the whole thing is making her look sloppy, making her messy. So she's no makeup. No, she's not done up. Her hair usually doesn't look good. Like she just kind of looks like shit 90% of the movie. So like you're already kind of, we've talked about it for years, even before we started the show and stuff, where it's like, we've talked about how it's like when you're watching TV, you like to see attractive people doing attractive things, right? Yeah. That's why a lot of us watch, when you watch TV, you're just like, look, I could go down to the fucking local Walmart and see some crazy ass looking people, right? But I don't want to do that. I'm watching TV. And it's not to say that like she's ugly, because I really don't think that she's ugly per se, but like she's not the level of like what you want for your Supergirl. And I want to say that in like the nicest way. Like she just doesn't have the look for it. Yeah. And it just doesn't work. And then on top of that, it's like we all know that's the thing. Comic books forever, for years, growing up, that was you had your hot superheroes. You made them look sexy and you gave them that sex appeal. And even the dude.
And it was all of. No, I was about to say, literally, it's all of them. So they can't really come out and be like, oh, you're being sexist. No, they wrote almost all the major superheroes to be hot in their own way.
Right. And so that's the thing, is they completely desexualize her in this movie. Like I said, you see her take a very unattractive piss in this movie.
Yeah.
She's literally drunk on the toilet, like with a drink in the other hand, just like pants around her knees.
And that's where all the girls are probably being like, that's been me. I've done that before. She's so relatable now.
Right. What a girl boss.
Yeah.
And and Jason's asking like, is she not athletic? And that's the thing. She doesn't even really like come across as athletic. Like she just doesn't have it. There's nothing about her that has it in this movie.
Yeah.
And so here's the other thing. Well, getting back to that, making Superman look better in that movie and whatever, and just even the casting of that character is that David Corn Sweat's in this movie.
Yeah.
And he is Superman. Like he's
you can feel it. Like
you can feel it. And he is the best part of this movie. He is absolutely the best part of this film when Superman shows up and is talking and just being your Boy Scout Superman, just being a nice, good guy.
Yeah. Because isn't that the next movie, or the second to next movie is like the Super People or something like that? People of Tomorrow or something.
So Man of Tomorrow, no, because that's Woman of. Whatever. Yes, there is another Superman movie coming. It is a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Proper. Because there's been leaked like set photos and stuff of Lex in a really weird suit that looks more like Buzz Lightyear than anything. So that is the next DC movie coming up. They are filming it, and I am really just, and it is Man of Tomorrow. It is supposed to be the sequel to, I guess, technically this, and then technically also the last Superman movie. So I'll say this, and also I didn't hate the Superman movie. I wasn't necessarily over the moon about it, and I will say that the second time that I saw it, I liked it more. My score went up. I think when I saw it the first time, I was just like, what was that? Like, that was not...
Oh, it was very unexpected.
Yeah.
Because it's not like going in and being like, this is a Superman movie, and you find out it's not really a Superman movie.
Right.
Yeah, because I think I was in the same boat. Like, second time I watched it, I liked it enough. You know, I think I was like a high decent the first time I watched it. The second time I was like, okay, I actually like this more.
And I'll say this, after seeing this too, is it's like, we have all talked about it many times, many of us do, where following up Henry Cavill as Superman is near impossible. Even seeing him in this movie, and after he had been seasoned with that first movie, he's been working on the second. Like, he really does look and feel the part. Like David Cornsweet, he's doing a good job as Superman. That is not to say that this Superman sequel is going to save the DC universe. Like, they're going to be lucky if this movie doesn't torpedo things. Now, I'll say this though, everybody's kind of, very much like throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. I think even if that movie is bad and they removed James Gunn and they kept some of the cast, maybe they kind of pushed Supergirl off to the side. We're like, maybe we're just going to kind of abandon this character. We're going to keep Cornsweet. We're going to keep a lot of that core cast, our Jimmy Olsen's, they did a great job casting Lois Lane. Like, there's some really good casting in that Superman movie, right?
Yeah.
And then they maybe either get Gunn under control for whatever the hell he is doing here, and then keep some of that. I could see DC still staying afloat, right?
Yeah.
Like, and DC Studios still working.
Well, and that's like if they would do a Justice Gang movie. And honestly, it's one of those movies where you could let James Gunn go Suicide Squad with it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be good. Those are characters that could work in the Gunverse.
Yeah, they could.
And then do a Superman movie, but kind of remove Gunn from it some, more than this, apparently. And actually give it to somebody competent that's done projects before. And then isn't there a creature, not Commando, but there's a Creature Commando.
Well, yeah, there's the Creature Commando show.
Well, they're doing a live action one, aren't they?
They were supposed to be that. Well, there's been a lot of announcements that have been pulled back.
Okay.
So that was one of the many announcements that were pulled back.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if that is happening. We'll see. I mean, we know that Paramount is buying Warner. I think it has officially been pushed through. We will see if that whole squad is willing to keep this administration. What's going to happen? Supposedly, they have met. But this movie and what it is clearly going to do in the box office and just the general consensus of it and everything does not bode well. It does not help that Millie Alcock is doing a horrible job with the press. She is saying all of the wrong things. She might as well. She is like trying to give freaking what's her face that played Snow White like a run for her money at this point.
Oh,
like Rachel Zegler. Like, yeah. Because I mean, she's out here talking about how Supergirl is like some kind of freaking queer icon, even though she's not gay. Like, just stupid shit. Like, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like, why? Just don't comment on this stuff. Like, just steer clear of anything politically divisive.
When I'm sure a PR person's like, don't talk about this stuff, and she's probably just out there wilding out. Yeah, they're like, this is gonna be I don't know why would be queer related.
It's not. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. So
I was just processing what you were saying. Slowly, I was like, queer? What?
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's because it's Pride Month, and all of these reporters are trying to get you do the gotcha stuff. And that's the thing, is that her media team has not trained her to be like, don't take the bait.
Right.
Like, don't say, just be like, this is a great movie for everyone. I'm sure everyone will love it, and just move on.
Yeah.
Like, don't take the fucking bait. And she is taking the bait every time. It doesn't help that every time she's been on, also kind of out there, especially at the premiere, it seems like she's probably drunk. So
supporting the character.
Personally, just saying, that's from the outside. A lot of people are saying that she seems a little sloshy, which might be leaning into the character a little too much, or it might be that she was already crashing out because she knew how poorly this movie is being received. So, because it is, that's the thing, man. You're an up and coming actor, and you don't want your first time out to be received this way.
Yeah, this could be a career ender for her.
Yeah.
You know, lots of money put into it, a fairly large character, you know, super character, and it's poorly received. And she's, if the other critics are being like, oh, she's a bad actress, then.
Right. And so we are having more reviews come in for this movie, and still not good, not doing good. I'm going to quit screen sharing. Let's see here. Screen share. So Epic Mike has apparently seen this as well and dropped his Criticless review. Also did not like it, and he gave it a 30%. So he is a bogus as well. That is right around, like I said, I'm going to be between 20 and 30 on this, right around where I put it. And we've got no, that one was here. So he's been the only new one since we started talking about it, but he clearly didn't like it as well. Supergirl's not a good movie. And yeah, it's not. And so the other thing, as he's pointing out and talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the thing. They shoehorned in this Guardians of the Galaxy aspect that this movie did not need. It could have felt like freaking Supergirl slammed into Conan, but instead speaking of Conan and just like, this movie there is no love interest. There's no sexual tension. There's no there's no likable men in this movie at all.
Yeah, this movie's not about men.
Yeah, clearly. Well, and that's the other thing. That's the type of shit she's been saying on the press tour. And it's like, well, the men are who buy the tickets to these movies. So it is, look at the numbers, look at the metrics. That's what it has shown time and time again. Yeah. It's not the women that are keeping these superhero movies afloat. It is dudes.
Yeah, because superhero movies are mostly for men.
Yeah.
One way or the other. I don't know anything about Supergirl. Does she have a love interest? I really don't know.
I don't know. But either way, it's like, those types of things can be, you can put that kind of stuff into
it. Should have been like her and Lobo.
Her and Lobo.
Riding his hog.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Lobo is not good in this movie, bro. Not good. Like, people are saying he is. It's not. This is Jason Momoa doing his best Jason Momoa. Which,
if you're fine with that, then you're fine with that.
Right. Yeah, there might be people that like it, but it was not for me. Do not recommend Supergirl. There will be people that are like, it wasn't quite as bad as it sounded like it was, but I still don't think very few people are going to be over the moon about this movie. It is heavy. It is dour. It is depressing. It is full of unlikable characters. It has a terrible villain. Nothing about it is redeeming. It is not very fun. It is not very interesting. There are a handful of good scenes. There's some decent cinematography, a couple okay songs, but also just are overly obvious needle drops. Like, it's not very well directed. It is terribly written. It is choppy. Everything about it is messy. This movie is a mistake. It is a mistake.
I kind of feel like at this point, the superhero movie genre itself needs to go to no-name directors.
Yeah.
Or you take a break or just go to no-name directors. I think the problem, we saw this with Snyder, Gunn, the Russo brothers. They're all doing their same one-trick ponies over and over again, and we're all clocking it,
right?
And we're like, we've seen this,
right?
Like James Gunn, it keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and it worked well for 2 movies, and now that's all they're doing. And we're just like, stop doing it,
right?
Just make a movie based on the comic books that we can enjoy.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it, and they just keep doing this.
Yeah.
And they're literally burning their what should be super successful franchise.
Oh, dude,
this is
a layup. This entire DC franchise is an absolute layup, and somehow James Gunn has managed to mess it up. And that's the thing is, Matt, along with me, we were for a long time James Gunn defenders.
Oh yeah,
like big time.
I still think Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my top Marvel movies.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite Marvel movies. Not only that, but 2 of my favorite films. I love them both deeply. I think Guardians 2 is wildly underrated. I'm not crazy about Guardians 3. It's fine. It's very depressing. Just not a fan.
Very depressing. Gets a little too dark.
It's too dark, too heavy. But Guardians 1 and 2, I love them. Slither is a fantastic film. Like, James Gunn was making good things. The whole thing was he got semi-canceled there for a little bit, and then he went off the rails and started getting political. And then he's been doing the shit that he's been doing with like what he did with Peacemaker and just getting political. And that show was season 2 was horrendous.
Yeah, and season 1 was a lot of fun. Yep. Season 1 was really actually cool somehow. That's one of the shows like this should fail. And then I watched it and I was like, wow, very cool. And then season 2, I lost complete and utter interest. Even before I knew it went off the rails, I just lost interest. And then there was all that stuff about like being like a Nazi world or something. And at that point, I'd already stopped watching. It was crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's a problem. He is, as some of the chat is saying and stuff too. It's like he's a one trick pony. It's like, look, that's the thing. Yeah, he can do team up movies about obscure, weird people, characters, whatever. Like that's what he does well. Like we were talking about, where it's like, you know, Creature Commandos wasn't bad. Like he leans. The bigger thing too is the more time that goes by, the more his head goes up his own ass, and you can tell that he's just huffing his own farts and thinks that he and his friends are the coolest people that he knows. And it's just like when I'm telling you, like season 2 of Peacemaker was one of the cringiest, shittiest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
bad. It's so bad.
I believe you. I won't ever know because I actually honestly forgot about Peacemaker.
Yeah,
until today, right now when we were talking about it.
Yeah, it's bad. So that's the thing, man. James Gunn, unless he just goes through a real, maybe this movie will be a come to Jesus. Granted, he didn't even direct it. That's the thing. Gunn didn't direct this movie. It was directed by Craig Gillespie, who has done some good films. Yeah. And actually, I'll say one of the films that I was surprised to like as much as I did was he did the Cruella movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but that was actually,
with Emma Stone.
Yes, it was actually way better than I expected it to be, and was actually pretty good. But he's done some like interesting indies and stuff. He did the Fright Night remake. He did Lars and the Real Girl. He did I, Tonya. Like he's done some decent stuff, but this was not it. This movie is not the one. This is not the thing.
Well, that's why everyone's saying like James Gunn like shadow directed this.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like it. You can tell he had way too much of a hand in it. Yeah. He should have just let Craig make this movie and really legitimately base it off the comic, and he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, so mistakes
they might learn from this, or they might not, and keep driving DC in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we will see. Time will tell. We've got another movie in the can for next year, and then also Clayface is coming out. I think that's going maybe straight to Max, and then
I'm curious about that because Clayface isn't Gunn though, is it?
It is connected.
Oh, it's not Matt Reeves?
No.
Oh, darn. I was hoping it was Matt Reeves.
It's not. As far as we know, it is not in the Reeves verse. It's actually in the Gunn verse, I think. But also, you're introducing a Batman villain before you introduce Batman. What the fuck are we doing?
That's why I thought it was Reeves. Because you know what would make perfect sense? Make him like a villain in the third movie.
Right.
Like you can mention him in the second movie. It's coming out sooner or later.
Right.
But then do like Clayface gets his own little thing. I don't know if he needs a movie. He's kind of a side character. It's kind of strange, but that's what they're doing these days.
Right.
I don't know. That seems stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I am officially not excited for whatever's coming out of DC at this point because James Gunn is just crap in the bed. This movie's not good. Don't recommend it. Don't spend your money on it. Maybe wait till it comes out at home. But also, if you watch the trailer, you don't need to know anything else. Literally, you don't need to know anything else.
Set up anything for the future?
No.
Okay. Then
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
This movie means nothing for the future of the DC universe outside of the fact that she's probably not going to be a drunk anymore, and she is kind of being nice to Superman now, and she's back on Earth.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even think that's a spoiler. Like, that's not a surprise to anyone. Like, if the movie didn't end that kind of a way, then like, what are we even doing? Like, it's just, and that's the weird thing too, is like, we got the whole, like, in this movie, you get like the Krypton background and all that stuff that we didn't get for Superman, who didn't get an origin film. She's giving us the Krypton background. Her movie's giving us the backstory. Like, what? So freaking weird. Like, I don't understand.
I think it was just like a different take because if you follow Superman, like we got it in Man of Steel,
right?
And so we have had the Superman backstory. It's kind of like Batman. Every time we get his backstory from their new director's take.
Yeah.
So I think I can defend that. He was like, you know what? I already have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Superman, we don't get a backstory. Supergirl, we give her the backstory that covers it for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm going to defend that one.
Right.
Because it makes sense when you're thinking like long term and you don't.
And I guess, and maybe that's the thing is like that might have not been a complaint if this movie had been remotely good and not boring. You know what I mean?
Fair, which is very fair.
And like well cast and just interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing about this movie was very good at all. Nothing shined.
Well, that's why I think this was probably like when they first started talking about DC, the Gunverse, how they were going to do it. They were like, hey, look, we'll do like this and this and this, and it'll be great. So we're not rehashing. We'll have a fun action-packed movie. And instead, we're having like we had one that was kind of like not a wet fart, but just kind of like a, I don't even know how to
Didn't set
describe
the
it.
world on fire.
Yeah, it just was mid. And then we have one that's now coming across as a wet fart.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So not looking good for Guns Universe, but we got to talk about Super Troopers. But before we do that, we got some good supers to get to. We got Couch Tater Cam in here, member for 3 months. Let's go. Thanks, man. It says, this is now my only YouTube active sub. Bro, you're the man. Thanks.
You're the best.
You're the best for sure. Despite your Batman takes, Zane, do all the Nick Cage movies in a row for the rest of time.
You don't want us to go full Cage.
Yeah, no. If we go full Cage, we might not ever come back.
We wouldn't.
We might not. But I do think running a poll with some Cage movies is what we will probably do. Once we get talking Super Troopers, I will go ahead and set up the poll for next week. Also, though, Couch Tater Cam here for 15 says, also, here's some money on top of my Crit Club. Let's go,
Thanks,
dude.
man.
Appreciate it. And said, I also finally got an IRL friend to sign up for Criticless after showing him the Easter egg. Let's freaking go, dude.
Dude,
the Easter egg is legendary.
Dude, it is. And if you don't know, you don't know. But if you do, find somebody who knows about it.
That's right.
It might point you in the direction.
That's right. Yeah. If you don't have the Easter egg yet and you're a Criticless user, find someone that has it and maybe they will send you in the right direction. The Easter egg is awesome. So go looking for the Easter egg. And thanks for the 15 Couch Tater. And love to hear that we got an IRL user out of it. That's awesome, man. And Subtle Deviancy member for 6 months says, is Christina still getting all her elective surgery completed in South America? She has less of an underbite than Millie Alcock.
Oof.
Bro, that is the thing, man. Millie Alcock and her teeth and that underbite and just all of it, man, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
it is, and I hate that. Like, I hate this. I don't want to be a dick about that and like be over hypercritical, critical about that because, like I said, like before this movie, I was like, oh, she's kind of like cute and whatever. And now that I've seen her like do the press and just seen her be all drunky and like unappealing, and I'm just like, nope, it's not.
Once I saw them compare her to, I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Adam.
Oh, yeah,
Warlock.
Adam Warlock, yeah.
After I saw that, I was like, oh.
We're like, Guns got a type.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But after that, all I can see is him wearing a wig.
Will Poulter.
Yeah, Will Poulter.
Will Poulter. She kind of does look like Will Poulter, except for less attractive.
It's that their eyes are equally distant.
Yeah, and it's just, it's too much, man.
Yeah.
It's too much. Thundarius5 for $2 says, James Gunn is firing blanks at the box office. Yeah, he is. He's firing blanks. And, like I said, I used to defend him, but now I can't, man.
I can't defend him either.
He's gotten so much up his own ass, and you just feel it in everything.
When he's starting to taint his old movies, I feel.
He is.
He just keeps rehashing, like I was just saying, 5 minutes ago, like Guardians is one of my favorites. It still is. I showed my son it recently, and he was like, this is so cool. Like, I love the Guardians and all this stuff. I'm like, this still holds up really well.
Right.
But I do worry that he's going to keep making movies that are eventually going to start sullying these older movies that I enjoyed of his.
Right. I agree. He's hurting his reputation big time, and it is a real shame because I really did like the stuff he used to do, and I think he just needs to either step back and actually just like let other people create, or he just needs to get out of DC entirely because he's just really this is a swing and a miss
I think
on multiple.
He needs to provide like the general like direction he wants it to go,
right,
and let other people do it. And he can step in every once in a while, sure, why not? Do your thing, man. But like, not how heavy-handed he's been, obviously.
Right, for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into Super Troopers.
Well, do we want to do the thing first?
I thought about that. About what? Which thing? Well, I said I was going to talk about multiple things that we haven't talked about, and we're pretty far into this show.
Yep.
Very quickly, I will run a water cooler thing. We won't run the news, but I will run a water cooler because I do want to mention something because I want to tell everybody to watch something that you likely have not watched yet. All right, so I'm trying to run a screen share here really quick for the show that I have been watching that I really want to talk about, that was recommended to me by multiple people and then got direct text in our group text that Matt and I are in, that was where we were insisted to watch it. And that show is Widow's Bay. Matt, have you seen Widow's Bay yet?
Not yet. It's on our to watch list. It'll be like the next series we watch.
Okay, so do you know anything about it? Do you know what it is?
Nope. I saw in our chat, it was like a brief description comparing it to Twin Peaks.
Yes. Okay.
I know.
So, chat, I know that we said we were going to Super Troopers, but I wanted to talk about this really quickly. We've totally whiffed and not talked about the DC news. But I do want to talk about Widow's Bay. This is a new show on Apple TV. I know everybody does not have Apple TV. I will say this, after the... I am very anti-Apple, as many people know.
Yeah.
I hate Apple, but Apple TV has been killing it. There are a shocking amount of surprisingly good shows on Apple TV. Widow's Bay has now had its first season is completely out. It's dropped. It's being billed as a mystery comedy drama.
Okay.
It is an Apple exclusive. This show could be best described as Twin Peaks paying homage, which Twin Peaks was already kind of doing this, but also paying homage to the works, especially the early works of Stephen King, mixed with The Office and Parks and Rec. And as absurd as that sounds, this show is absolutely phenomenal. It is fantastic. I love it. I find myself thinking about it and wanting to watch it all of the time. If you have Apple TV, this is a must watch. As my wife said too, yeah, she came in here saying this is a revelation. It's so unique and engaging. It is one of the most unique shows I've ever seen. Like I said, I cannot stop thinking about this show.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those that, like, every time you get some free time, you're like, I want to watch
it. You guys binging it? Like a couple episodes a night?
So we are watching about 2 a night right now. So the episodes range between like a half hour and 45 minutes. The premise of this show is essentially that there's this place called Widow's Bay that is up somewhere in the north, up near like Maine or somewhere. It's an island that's kind of isolated, just very much like that northern stereotype that you find in a lot of the early Stephen King stuff. And but the tone of this show is what's so wild, because this show is absolutely a comedy, but it is also very much a horror show. And it is not afraid of being a horror show.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we're about to dish you out something really goofy and funny, and then show you some legit, like, scary shit. Like, we're going to give you, like, just something really creepy or weird and not hold back. And it might be gory. It might be whatever. So, like, it's legitimately a horror show.
Yeah.
But it is also... Now, when I compare it to The Office and Parks and Rec, it's that type of comedy, but it's not like that, like, documentary style, like...
Okay, but it's still kind of like quipping back and forth that you're just like, oh, that's actually what, like, some funny coworkers would say.
Oh, absolutely. And there is like some coworker drama. So the whole thing is that it follows the lead character, who's played by Matthew Reyes, who was in The Americans back when that show was on. He's normally been doing like serious stuff, but in this, he plays the mayor of this like New England island. And the whole thing with this island is that basically the premise of the whole show is like that this island is embroiled in like just surrounded by superstition. Like, it is to the point in which like no one leaves the island because that is part of the superstition.
Yeah,
is that
they leave the island like they die or something.
Yes. Like, that is the whole thing.
Okay.
And so the way that they handle this show is that every episode is a different like legend or myth or superstition. And it might be ghost related. It might be witchcraft related. It might be, you name it. It just works through all of these different types of horror lore.
Yeah.
That is also a myth within the town.
Okay.
But then there is also a big overarching kind of clearly like what is the mystery of the island kind of thing going on. But super funny. Have laughed a lot watching this show. but have also, you'll just be like, holy shit, what is that? Like, just like
give you a real knee jerk.
Yeah, you'll just get shocked by some of the horror moments. So this show is really good. Like, I just want to encourage everybody to see it. We do, as I pulled up a minute ago, we do have a few reviews in here in the app. It's at an 84% so far.
Yeah, we're at 15 and it's still the most excellent. That's always pretty impressive.
This is one of those shows that like everything has come out and like everybody's finding it now that it's all out.
Yeah.
And it's getting buzz. I mean, we have a 97%, a 90% by Jess Vaughn, our friend, and then one of the ones who texted us, and Meg also. These two were the sisters that texted us about this. Both of them loved it. They gave it a 90 and a 95. I'm probably, as long as this thing doesn't like start sucking randomly, which I don't think it will, I'm probably going to give this like a 95 or something. Like this is going to be a very high score for me.
Okay.
It is fantastic. I love everything about it. And I'm now, then Sin's Corner reviewed it, gave it a 90%. Like, I am now just like, I'm wanting to watch more shows like this.
Yeah.
Now that we are watching this, but I'm like, there aren't many things outside of like Twin Peaks or these kind of obscure shows.
Welcome to Derry. Kind of like this, I think. I mean, that was a pretty good show.
I still need to watch Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
I've heard good
it was kind of like that. There's some really good horror moments. Yeah, Welcome to Derry is the new one.
That is the new one. Okay.
About it.
Yeah. I need to see that one.
Because then there's Castle Rock.
Castle Rock was what I thought you were talking about. We never finished Castle Rock, but it was pretty good.
It was. It's a shame that was canceled.
Yeah. Castle Rock was pretty good. Those are the types of things that are close to this. But the weird thing is the comedy element.
Right.
And so it takes this in a totally different zone. But if you like horror, if you like comedy, like both, or kind of just lean towards one, I think you'll still find a lot to like because the stories are really interesting. There's some really cool episodes that like I would love to talk about, but it's almost spoilery because it's like you don't know where these mysteries are headed.
Sure.
Like because each of them is a contained kind of mystery in this town. But the whole thing is about what makes it interesting is that the mayor is trying to bring tourism to this island because he's like, we're going to die out. Like no one visits here. We have no way of turning money outside of our own just kind of contained little ecosystem. We need to bring in tourism so that like money is coming here and we can get.
If you're not leaving, then what are you doing?
Right, exactly. And so his whole thing is bringing in tourists, but everybody's like, no, you can't do that. This whole island is haunted.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's bullshit. And so the whole thing is him witnessing all of the lore that he didn't believe in the town. So it's cool. It's a very cool show.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. I love it. Highly recommend it. But that's it for your water cooler talk, guys. And we will go ahead and move into our review of Super Troopers. But I am going to go ahead and run the spoiler-free bumper, even though there will be spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. All right. So Super Troopers. This movie came out in 2001, voted by you guys, comes in at a whopping 1 hour and 40 minutes, not overly long, just that perfect length. It is billed as a crime mystery comedy film. This is absolutely a cult classic. You can watch it currently on Hulu, Disney Plus, or pay to rent it wherever. This movie's been out quite a while. Like I said, we're going to have spoilers because this movie is 25 years old. So
yeah. And if you haven't seen it at this point, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? But Matt, I'm going to go ahead and have you give us a rundown. What I want to start doing is I want to prep our poll while you were kind of talking about this movie a little bit, your opinions, your history with it. You actually have some more intimate history with the Super Trooper lore as it be with Super Troopers 2 connected to that and stuff. So I'm going to let you talk on this thing and I'm going to set up a poll actually real quick here, pivot over here. So what I want to say, we will be adding, since it was super chatted earlier, we'll be doing some Nick Cage movies. I'm going to do some quick research here, see what's accessible. So what was it that was recommended was it was Con Air, correct? So,
and I can tell you that both Ghost Riders are not easily available.
They are not. Okay.
Snake Eyes is.
Snake Eyes
is not.
Okay.
Face Off was.
Okay. We'll take a look. So Con Air will be on this list at a bare minimum.
Yeah.
And I will dig around on the interwebs for a moment and we will go from there. But I will set up the poll and I will let you guys know when it's live. But Matt is going to talk some Super Troopers while I set this thing up.
I love Super Troopers. I don't know about everybody else in the chat, but this movie for me, anyways, I remember I saw this first in college, which was well after it was already out. But I had a friend, and she would quote this basically nonstop.
Yeah, this is a very quotable movie.
Yeah,
Like,
and
very
that's what made this movie great to me. And I think, honestly, I think that's what makes a lot of comedies good movies, is if it's something you can quote and people can quote back at you. That's what makes comedy.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like Euro Trip.
And I will say this, kind of to jump in for a split second here, is that one thing with this movie, I think, and has always landed with me, is I actually find that this movie is better quotable and after the fact than it even is as a movie itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that track?
Oh, yeah. So actually, I reviewed this like 2 years ago, and I only put it at a high rad. And I think that was part of it. It's like I can see this movie being like, it's not like the best movie. It's very kind of, but it's not what they were going for. So I changed my review to
It's
like
very
low
indie.
90s because I was laughing. I don't laugh at a lot of movies. I don't really comedy doesn't necessarily do it for me. But the Broken Lizard just gets me. This Beer Fest, Club Dread.
Club Dread
Tacoma
is my
FD.
favorite. I want to review Club Dread. It's not free anywhere right now. When it becomes free, nobody has freaking seen Club Dread, and it is funny as shit.
It's a sleeper, and it's their first movie. Like,
was it their first?
I thought
it was after this one. I think it was right after this one. This might be their first. We'll have to look.
I thought this was their second.
It could be,
but either way, like there's something about the way the majority of these guys think and work that's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, not all jokes land for me. But as Blaine was saying, and as you can tell by my shirt here, I helped crowdsource the second one.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to wear that shirt.
Well, yeah, if we're talking Super Trooper, I'm going to obviously wear my Super Trooper shirt, which is funny. Some lady randomly stopped me. She's like, "Oh, do you work or do you know somebody who works for the Vermont State Police?" And I was like, "Ma'am, this is North Carolina. What do you think?"
Right.
She didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, of course.
But this is one of those comedies where I actually work a lot of jokes and things from this movie into my like day-to-day dialogues, and I don't realize it.
Right.
That's why I watch it. And it's subtle things just in the background, just minor things. Not like the big jokes like, oh, it tastes like schnozberries or
right.
Just blanking on some of the other ones, shenanigans and things like that.
Oh yeah, or meow, or Leader of Cola.
no.
Like there are so many absolutely legendary lines from this movie.
Well, there's many subtle ones too that just slip into my like day to day, and I don't even realize it.
Right, you just throw it in. It's kind of like I do the same with Pineapple Express, where like it is just these types of comedies are so quotable, and sometimes they're handful of funny moments, and their dialogue lasts longer than their actual like the quality of their film or like what the film actually is.
Oh yeah. And that was my problem with the second one. The second one kind of ended up rehashing a lot of these same jokes in not that great of a fashion. I was pretty disappointed with the second one. I've only seen it once. I saw it in theaters, and I was just like, oh, these are mostly the same jokes.
Oh, they
didn't even like really try that hard. There's a couple new jokes because the whole premise is that like in the second one, anyways, is that like Vermont ends up adopting or like annexing this Canadian town. And so they like butt heads with the Canadian like Mounties and the Canadian police. And they end up finding that they're like doing illegal things or something like that. I can't even remember. But it was a lot of the same jokes and very, very, very similar story to like this one.
And that's kind of a bummer. And that's the thing which clearly, I mean, I guess it did well enough that they're still doing a third one because it's coming out in a couple months. So.
Yeah, and as far as I know, they didn't have to crowdsource that one or anything. So that's fairly impressive that they have their footing under them again enough because they haven't done a lot of movies.
Right.
That I can think of.
Yeah.
In the recent years.
Oh, no. Well, and they did the TV show that you watched.
Yeah, and I thought Tacoma FD was really funny. The problem was it was hidden on Bravo TV or True TV.
And then it got pushed to Netflix, but then it didn't get picked up for more seasons.
Yeah, then when it got picked up, so it was 2 seasons on like True TV, and it was really funny. And then the third season, they lost one of the funnier cast members.
Okay.
And replaced him with somebody that was fine. And they kind of fit the role.
Are all the OG guys still involved with Broken Lizard? Do you know?
Majority of them, I think.
Okay.
Jay, the Indian dude?
Yeah, he's the director.
Yeah, of this movie.
Yeah.
But I think he's not as involved. And from what I've seen, he's kind of a giant dick. And
Really?
like, his famedom kind of went to
his head. So I saw a thing recently. Actually, apparently he was tapped to originally direct Entourage.
Really?
And he turned it down because he thought he was too good for it. And
what did I just say?
Yeah. And he basically was like kind of lamenting over the whole thing and was like, man, I fucked up. Like, like that show was huge. It was out forever. I saw the first couple episodes and thought it was hilarious. And then I went back to them and asked if I could direct it. And they told me to eat shit.
Yeah. And so another example of him being too big for his britches was I was watching, it's one of those cake, baking shows where it's like supposed to be funny, like they're bad bakers.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it's called right now, but he was supposed to be one of the guest judges. He literally shows up halfway through the episode with like Starbucks.
Yeah.
And literally walks onto set while they're filming and was just like, "Oh, sorry I'm late, guys. I don't know, take my daughter to school or something."
Yeesh.
And like just dropped into the episode. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen because I've never seen it happen before. Normally
Right.
they'll just, "Oh, you're not welcome on set," or whatever.
Right.
They let him just walk on in and start judging the show, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That is
Like,
so
that was a
weird.
bad look.
Yeah, that's so strange. So actually, also to answer your question, so their first film was actually a movie called Puddle Cruiser.
Oh,
I've never seen it. It came out in 1996, so then they didn't do anything for quite a few more years. So Broken Lizard, as kind of a film group, these group of guys, they did Super Troopers, followed by Club Dread.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was their second. Then it was Beer Fest, The Slamming Solomon, Super Troopers 2, and then a movie called Quasi, which I think was about Quasimodo.
Yeah, it was a show.
Yeah.
And then it got mad because I would run around doing the Quasimodo. I was like, "I don't let him watch this." That was actually pretty funny.
That's awesome. But yeah, I think Club Dread still, that's my favorite of their bunch. I haven't seen Super Troopers 2. I'll probably watch it if it's easily accessible.
Yeah.
If not, because I'm curious about 3.
It is Slam and Sammy.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
so,
not Solomon.
Not Solomon.
Salmon.
It's Slamming Salmon.
Yeah, it's about a restaurant.
Okay.
Like a seafood restaurant.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, back when it came
I
out.
don't remember that being as funny. But
It's
then
on
again, like
everywhere free right now. So.
Okay. Like I said, the reason I found this movie so funny originally was because one of my good friends quoted it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like the other movies I didn't find as funny, except for Beer Fest. I think Beer Fest is better than Super Troopers.
I actually
like if you have to ask about a Z job, you can't afford
it. Yeah, that's one I wasn't as crazy about. I liked Beer Fest, okay, but I still think personally Club Dread. But I haven't gone back to these in forever, and I guess we haven't talked about, so your opinion. Obviously, you still love it. So you said it was in like 90 some odd.
Oh yeah, I increased mine because I was like, Zena was giving me shit. She was like, "You're laughing a whole lot in this movie," and I just read your review, and it's like a 78%. And I was just like, well, that's because, once upon a time when Criticless was young, I didn't want to review everything I liked as like 100.
Right.
But you're right. I'm laughing a lot. And I still think it's really funny. There's just some moments where I'm like, this isn't like, I'm not as entertained.
So, yeah, that's the thing is like this story, fairly predictable, nothing crazy. It's more about the comedy and just the goofy moments. Like that's what this movie's really about. And kind of just these characters. You'll definitely like gravitate towards some of these guys more than others.
Yeah.
I'm still about the same. I'm like an 81 or so, probably in that range. I'm a most excellent, but a low most excellent. That's the thing. For me, 2000s comedy was peak comedy. Like even the okay comedies in the 2000s were still great. And so that's the thing. It's like it does earn some extra points for that and just for nostalgia. And more than anything, this movie just earns points for quotability. It is so like liter of cola is like dude, so quotable. Like, can I get a liter of cola? And between
hold the spit.
Right. Hold the spit. Yeah. And just like the meow, people were doing that forever. Is like, what do you can you hand me that meow? Like just saying stuff like that to people.
Oh yeah,
like,
I still do that all the time.
It was just such a thing. But then, even like when they played on it later with Farva and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to call him a chicken fucker." And like, yeah, just like that. Like there's so many moments in this movie that are just so quotable that it wins it a lot of points. It's still very fun. Like I said, mine's low 80s, but I think that it is a very fun, goofy movie. It is still a good time. It is clearly these guys, it's funny because I had forgotten. Clearly these guys have a thing with like swingers because there's the whole bit in this movie about the swingers.
Yeah, with the German couple.
And I had forgotten that is the whole plot of Club Dread as well, is that it is a swingers club.
Oh yeah,
and they
I've
followed
seen
it.
that one once.
Okay, I remember loving that one back when it came out. I have not seen it in quite some time, so for me to speak on it is kind of But
Right.
and there are some interesting cameos. Like there's a young Jim Gaffigan in this movie.
Oh yeah,
like
he's getting meowed at.
Yeah, he's the one that gets meowed at. Like, and even the there's the whole thing about the Europeans driving the stolen car. Like very quotable, and just her whole the thing with that chick and that whole bit, and you're like, oh, this is a 2000s comedy movie. You're gonna see this chick's tits at some point.
Yep.
Like,
and then randomly you do.
Yep, and then randomly you do because it was 2000, and that is what this time period was. But very, very fun, and obviously you guys have gotten your reviews and you love it a lot. And before we get to that and kind of talk about some of y'all's reviews, if you have not noticed, the poll is up and it is live. And another movie that I had no idea was critic hated is Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, really?
Gone in 60 Seconds had like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
I
like,
just watched that like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, absolute classic. That is for me was peak
it's
Nick
still
Cage.
a really good movie.
So yeah, we have Con Air, Face Off, and Gone in 60 Seconds on the poll. Okay. Right now, Con Air is winning by a pretty stiff lead. Gone in 60 Seconds in second place and Face Off in third. So let us get your votes in there. And we'll decide. But right now, unless we get a whole bunch of you guys pouring in, it's looking like Con Air is going to take this thing. So if anybody wants
pretty excited for that.
Right. I haven't seen Con Air in so long.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Now, listen, I mean, which we keep saying peak Cage because like there's so much peak Cage, but like, let's be straight, guys. It's not critic hated, but The Rock.
Yeah. See, for me, that is peak acting.
Right. At peak acting Nick Cage, but not him going full Cage.
Yeah, that's not him going full Cage.
Right.
That's him being a good actor.
Very true. Very true. Also, did you see we're getting another Longlegs movie?
Who cares?
Oh, you didn't like Longlegs. You're one of those weird people that didn't like it. That movie was great.
That was a bad
It
movie.
is not a bad
Everybody
movie.
that's on their knees for it
It's
should
great.
walk out the door.
No. Longlegs is great. You're out of your mind. Longlegs is great. Nick Cage is so weird in that movie. I love Longlegs. I think it is so uncomfortable and so
Nick
weird.
Cage was terribly cast in that movie.
Oh, I love
that movie was just a bad movie all around. Everybody
know.
like that last act.
Let's see.
Terrible.
No.
I know I'm in the minority on that, but that was not a good movie.
It is good. It's good. But you don't like that guy's movies. You also didn't like Monkey Paw or whatever it was. Which was also him.
What was that called? Monkey something. That was okay.
Yeah.
There was some nice gore to it every once in a while. I don't know. Longlegs was just not a good.
I like it. It's got a 66 on Criticless by 86 voters. So I do like Longlegs, but you're definitely more in the minority. But I do like it. But either way, Nick Cage has done some of the most weird, most obscure movies over the years. He's he did one like a year ago called like The Surfer. He does these that like he does.
I do want to watch that one.
Yeah, he does a ton
cool.
that go fully under the radar, and then he'll have things randomly go viral, and like, or I say viral, you know what I mean, like take off, and everybody freak out about it. So it's just you never know what you're going to get from him, or even
that's true because he's just at that point now.
He takes
that he had his resurgence. He can just be like, you know what, I'm going to do some indie movie.
Right?
Is it going to do well? Who gives a shit?
Right.
I'm going to do it.
Which, and he just did Spider-Man Noir, which like blew up, and people are really enjoying it. I still haven't finished. So,
I haven't either.
Yeah, I need to go back to it. But yes, and it's because he was broke. I don't think he's broke anymore, but he did go broke, and that had a lot.
Yeah,
to do
now
with
they're not repoing his dinosaur heads and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's broke anymore, but who knows? So I did want to pull up y'all's reviews as well. Genius Anna's saying The Rock is his favorite James Bond movie, and have you heard all that? That like it is like
that he is old man James Bond.
Exactly. It's
I have heard that. I like that theory. I think that's a cool theory.
It's and pretty much when you look at it, you're like this pretty much tracks. Like
it's pretty cool. Xena's uncle is a extra on that movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, he plays like an FBI agent.
Nice.
He like opens the door for Sean Connery.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Hey, I'd take it. So we got our Super Troopers pulled up here. There are 27 of you guys that have reviewed it. It's sitting at 84%. Like I said, I've already got my, it's not showing it, but I've got a draft in here that's sitting at about 81, 82%. I've had it at 80 currently. So Probably Toxic dropped her review, gave it an 83% and said, just a few weeks ago, I was talking about this to her mom and adding Super Troopers to the list of movies to watch, but wasn't sure if she was going to. And then we added it to the list. So we saved you. And there you go. You liked it. A freaking 83. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's great. Maester P gave it an 87 and said, I swear to God, I will pistol whip the next guy who said shenanigans. That is pretty great. And he's like, hey, what's that restaurant down the road that you like?
Things on the walls.
Yeah.
You mean shenanigans?
And Maester P obviously likes it too, gave it an 87%. Sarah Toby also in the chat gave it an 87% and said a bunch of immature highway patrolman officers ruin a drug smuggling plans. And yeah, we haven't even talked about all of that. I mean, that's the thing. The undertowed, like the undercurrent, whatever the plot of this film is essentially that they do a weed bust. They bust a semi truck with weed, and then the rest of the movie is them hopefully solving the crime so that they don't get the precincts shut down.
Yeah, so they were fumbling around, being bad cops, but also okay cops,
right?
In the hilarious, funny ways they can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes this movie work, though, because if you actually look at like the logistics of this movie, it's like 60% them just like pranking and joking.
Mm-hmm.
And then 40% of them actually having like a story of them like trying to solve a crime.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it kind of comes together where they're doing both and it works.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. And there's some fun to the plot, but it's simple. And I was going to ask, so in the second film, so they quit becoming state troopers.
I think in the second one,
they're
they
just
go
troopers
back,
again.
They go back to being troopers.
Okay. I mean, I would assume so.
I'm pretty sure that I cannot remember. Like I said, I saw it in theaters when it first released. I haven't seen it since.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure they just get reassigned back to being super troopers.
Okay.
To now like add this like township of Canada that they just realize, oh, the line was wrong.
Yeah.
The line's actually 20 miles this way. So they have to deal with all these Canadians.
Okay.
And that's kind of like their.
I mean, dealing with Canadians is the worst. I mean, nobody wants to do that.
That's why I actually really want to go back and rewatch it. Now.
Right. Maybe
in preparation for the
more.
third one too.
It's not free anywhere currently. So,
yeah.
But that's how it goes. So, but Sarah liked it. Bob Rogers gave it a 75%. He said, "All right, meow. Where were we?" Yeah. The meow thing is just such a legendary thing. Like that is the thing that these guys have been good at. Is even though that like. There's some bad acting in these movies. Like, like there is absolutely some bad acting. There's some like poor deliveries. There's even some moments where you're like, that was a bad shot. Like you guys should have done that again. Like there was one scene where they like were filming a house and it was like the quality wasn't even very good and the camera was kind of shaking. I'm like, who
it was a very rushed reshot.
Yeah, like why is this in here? Like there was some moments like that, but it's like this movie was very raw and very kind of almost indie at the time. It was Fox Searchlight, like it was a lower budget, scrappy film. So My Dixie, we found a movie that My Dixie liked that he didn't pick out. So he said, not so funny, meow, is it? And he said, it was pretty funny. But not a classic comedy that I'll be rewatching constantly. So,
oh man, you just gotta find somebody that quotes it with you all the time.
Right, that's right. Yeah, just find somebody that quotes it, and you'll find a reason to go back. Life on Marshmallow is also in the chat, giving it 82%, and it said you might not think it's the funniest movie in the world, depending on your sense of humor, but you'll have to admit that it's incredibly quotable. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It can't be more quotable. Also in the chat, Eagle Thrasher gave it an 89%. Dropped the Big Bear song. That's another moment in this movie is where he's pretending to screw the bear and running around with the bear.
And they're like, sir, Mr. Bear fucker.
So ridiculous. Got the Mass Marvel in here, giving 88%. And said littering and littering and littering, dude. And when they mess with the stoners, also is like one of the best moments in the movie.
And they're smart. That's the opening and the ending.
Yeah,
they're just messing with the stoners.
Yep, absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Yep, it is. And so but we've got. I think the last one from the squad is Stromboli reviewed this and gave it a 90%. It's a classic movie, and it absolutely is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, love to see that. And I think that is it for all of you guys' reviews. Now, we've still got the poll running. I wanted to check back in on that thing. And if there was anything y'all wanted us to touch in on about this movie or questions about it, anything
I just want to say that if you guys have enjoyed like Super Troopers and things like that, and you haven't yet, you really should check out Tacoma FD.
Yeah.
Because it's one of their newer shows. It's about a fire department in Washington, in Tacoma. and they do a really good job, surprisingly, of like taking their comedy, but also tempering it down a little bit, so it's not as raunchy.
Okay.
And then they also they find a way to work their way around. It's interesting because they have to do some like not DEI stuff, but they just kind of like tamper it down for the modern politics, and it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just don't know how else to put it. They don't do a bad job. You're not like, oh wow, God, like they've made this for like blue-haired chicks.
Right.
They've made it where you're like, oh, this is Broken Lizard still, but they've just found a way to work it for modern days, and it's still fun. The first 2 seasons are great.
And that's
the third season's fine too.
You don't want to see guys like this like lose their spine and like give in to the because things have gotten so unfunny.
And the way they work it is in the first episode, I think, it's that the chief, who is Farva, his daughter joins the fire department.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, that's my daughter. And then he realizes he has all these like women like posters and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this could be my daughter.
Yeah.
And so then he starts taking down his posters and doing more like the like gender neutral stuff.
Right.
And you're like, okay, this makes sense.
Right.
And but then they just play into it because she's like, no, I'm one of the dudes.
Right.
And so she like starts pranking everybody else because they're all like, oh, we can't prank her because she's a girl.
Right.
And the chief's daughter, and she starts pranking everybody else, and like it works out where it's like, oh, okay.
Right. So they kind of like lean in like they are pandering towards the woke stuff, but then they kind of like walk it back, and they're like, but also we can still be funny.
Yeah, but they're like, we're not shying away from it. Like one of the firefighters is also a stripper on the side, but he's also dumb as a brick.
Yeah.
But he's very sweet. So it's kind of like you have a wide, and he's a new addition to the Broken Lizard cast.
Okay.
So he works really well.
That's what I'm curious about with this new Super Troopers movie is if they're going to incorporate new people into the team and like where kind of their Broken Lizard stuff is headed.
Yeah, because I have no idea. I haven't seen a trailer. I don't know anything about it.
The poster's super cool. Have you seen the poster for it? The poster is very
cool. Looks cool. They're leaning into like we're badasses. This is super cool looking. So I'm here for the third one. I'm always going to give Broken Lizard a chance. There's not a single part of me that's like, oh, I'm not going to go see a Broken Lizard movie because XYZ. They've done enough good movies where I'll always give them a chance. And like I said, who knows? I might go back to Super Trooper 2 and be like, yeah, this was actually really cool.
Right. There's the poster for 2. Like that is a very America poster there. So pretty great poster for that one. And then Super Troopers 3, also pretty cool poster here. So
yeah,
I'm curious. It looks like this is all the OG guys. They're all here.
Yeah.
So that's the whole squad.
I kind of hope they bring in the
and
one
Jay
dude.
is still directing too.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I hope they bring in the one dude from Tacoma FD that I'm talking about. I don't know the actor's name. I can't remember the character's name either.
Yeah, they might bring some of those guys.
It would be great if they brought him in.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And the daughter is actually somebody from Yellowstone, I think.
Oh yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, and so she plays.
She was a
role
Yellowstone
really well.
chick. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember us talking about that.
Yeah.
So definitely check out Tacoma FD, people.
Yep. And
it's not coming back, so it's not like I'm trying to promote it that way. I think people just would enjoy it.
Right. It's a good show. And I did see somebody in the chat mention the shooting range scene. Yeah, X-Ray brought it up, which is a funny scene as well. They're wearing a cup that you're not supposed to shoot at, and then the chief walks out and he's like, you guys are psychopaths. Like, you're really shooting at each other's crotches.
I was thinking about the logistics of that. I was like, okay, so you got ricochet because it's a metal cup.
Right.
And I was like, what's the chances of that not ricocheting into like your leg?
Right. Oh, exactly.
Like,
or just you, or one of the guys shooting.
Right.
Like, that ricochets have terrified me for my entire life as someone that even shoots. Like, I had to put something out of its misery years ago. And every time that I've had to do that, I'm terrified that there's a rock under its head that's just gonna like ricochet and hit me.
Right,
which is like,
you don't know, but I mean,
right. I'm sure it's a super irrational fear, but I'm just like, what if I put this thing out of his misery and then it just like bounces back and hits me? I'm gonna die in the dumbest way possible. That would be.
Do you remember that show?
What?
1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh yeah,
and those people dying in the dumbest ways possible.
That show was pretty great.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah, that show was pretty great.
1,000 New Ways to Die.
1,000 New Ways to Die. That's right. So I ended the poll, guys, and it looks like Con Air has won. We will be reviewing Con Air. So buckle up, get ready for that one. And I'm excited to talk about that next week because it's been ages, as we talked about, since either of us have seen it. And I think everybody will be happy to talk about, Con Air. I mean, it's a very beloved film.
Yeah.
And I had a fun time watching this. It had been so long since I've seen it that it's always good to go back. That's what I always talk about with like being able to do this show and Monday Hangover is like being able to see these films that I don't really. I just don't rewatch stuff a lot.
So I was about to say, yeah, you don't rewatch things. Like I rewatch Super Trooper, I don't know, like once every other year.
Right. It was like I've got to be forced, and it is kind of great to be forced to end up, watching something.
Yeah.
So I had fun with this. It was a really good time. And I think that is going to be it for our Super Troopers chat.
Yeah.
But we got to do something because we skipped it last week.
What?
Yeah, we did.
We keep letting our guests off easy.
I know. I messed up. But it is time, guys. You know the drill. It's time for your send-off song dongs.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
Send off dongs. Send off songs.
All right, and it is time to get to our send-off songs. Matt, what you got? I'll let you go first.
Sure. So Mumford & Sons kind of did an Apple Music session recently.
Okay.
And 2 songs came out from it, and I'm just going to tell you about both of them because I'd honestly recommend both. Mumford & Sons I used to listen to a whole lot of. When their first album came out, I was like, hell yeah, I like this stuff. And ever since then, they've kind of fallen off for me. But these 2 songs, I'm just going to do a 2 for y'all. This will be like a Chris song, I guess, too. So the first one is Rubber Band Man, and it is with Hozier. So it's Mumford & Sons and Hozier.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Just, down to earth. It's kind of a mellow tone. Great. It's very enjoyable. The other song they did was Here, that is with Sierra Farrell.
Ooh, Sierra
which the
Farrell.
ladies
All right.
love.
Yeah.
Our wives both went to go see her. And so when this came up and I started playing it, Zeno was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then I just listened to these 2 back to back, just on repeat. And they're both just very chill. So once again, that's Here featuring Sierra Farrell, and then Rubber Band Man featuring Hozier, both Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Nice.
Like if the Mumford & Sons wants to come back and start putting out some dope music, I'm here for it.
Nice. Sick. Yeah. Sounds good. I was going to recommend one. It's being called the indie song of the summer. So just to keep you guys up to date with the newest, latest, greatest music, there's a band called the Rose Hips. They are a brand new band. This is their very first song, and it's gone super viral, which is impressive.
Them.
Yeah, for your first song to go viral is pretty freaking crazy. Yeah, it's the song's called Spacey. It's by the Rose Hips. You'll be able to find it on Spotify and everywhere else. People are listening to it. It is it's good stuff. I enjoy it and have been listening to it some. It's a pretty impressive first song. It sounds like a band that has been making music for a long time. They're kind of in the vein of like Wallows, or you're kind of almost beachy, summery, indie vibes.
Yeah, nice.
It's good stuff. So that's the Rose Hips. Give it a listen to, and let me know your thoughts on it. But guys, I think that's been it. Next week we will be talking about, I'm having a brain fart. Con Air. Thank you. We will be reviewing Con Air. I don't know. What is the new movie for next week? I haven't looked because it's been like
Minions is the big one, I think. Okay. I don't know if there's an actual real movie.
Yeah, a real movie.
Like a live action movie.
A real movie. I actually like that. I appreciate that. So July 1st, it looks like Minions and Monsters is the big movie coming out.
Is it the George Washington movie?
The Washington is coming out on the 3rd. So that is technically next week as well.
That's the other one, yeah.
Yeah. So Young Washington and Minions is next week. I would see Minions with my kids, so who knows? Maybe I'll see that, or Young Washington. I think we're maybe
Friday to see that.
Yeah, are you? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I will let you guys know. We'll see. Maybe I won't even be doing a new movie next week, and we'll just be doing Con Air, raw dogging it. I think Con Air, perfect film also for the week of the 4th. Like,
a vet gets wrongly convicted, thrown to jail. Only way out is to break out.
Yeah, damn right. That's a perfect America movie. America movie. All right, guys. Well, it has been real. It has been fun. We are going to send you guys over to the Epic Verse. Take it easy. Everybody have a great rest of the week. Go drop your reviews in Criticless. And I will be going live tomorrow night with Kada, so you can find me on his channel. And who knows, I might be hanging out with Kada IRL at some point because he's just stomping around North Carolina apparently. So maybe who knows? Maybe we can get him here in the studio. But yeah, I'm going to be live with him on Friday. But everybody take it easy. It's been real. It's been fun. We out. Later. Meow.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.